map, get lost now with no extract. Like look, that's all me. Got my number, don't call me. We eating up, that's all beef. You freezing up, that's y'all's team. Cause we really lose no more. All about heating up, leaving that cold. You can see beating up, killing that show. I ain't about giving up, no. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Look, you got a problem with me. Look, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you never gonna stop me. Ay, sound the alarm. We about to go on. You getting it wrong. Time to go off. Can't hold us back. Truth hurts, you always that. My truth lurks, say y'all collapse. Now scoop first, where your homies at? Come my team with me right now. My team's on me right now. But what you mean y'all out? It's time to weed y'all out. Okay, we coming back with a vengeance. Time to go start your engines. What is this thing y'all mention? Time for y'all stop pretending, Nah, y'all can't do that. Where your crew at? Y'all can't do that. Nah, where your crew at? Nah, man, cause now you alone. Yeah, get out of my zone. Man, cause now you alone. Love, get out of my zone. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Look, you got a problem with me. Look, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you're never gonna stop me. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Look, you got a problem with me. Look, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire stop. Who y'all really got a problem with? Who y'all really trying to solve them with? Who don't really like the sound of this? Who come with me getting down to this? You better step back, get your neck cracked, get laid down where you best step. Better check that with a fresh map, get lost now with no extract. Like look, that's all me. Got my number, don't call me. We eating up, that's all beef. You freezing up, that's y'all's team. Cause we don't really lose no more. All about heating up, leaving that cold. You can see beating up, killing that show. I ain't about giving up, no. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Love.
Won't stop going till a player on top know it. Rooftop, penthouse, sweet. If you really want it, gotta own it. Fight through it, we was at the lowest. Blood, sweat, tears, the components. Riding all year, now's the moment. We are not friends, we are opponents. Yeah, I'm coming for mine. Yeah, I'm making a play, the game on the line. Yeah, I've been on the grind. Yeah, I jump in the spot, I made it my time. Yeah, look in the sky. Yeah, the stars align, no shade to shine. Can't stop it already. Emotional work and devotion, we put in this time. Look. You won't stop my stride. I'll just break your line. I don't tolerate wasted time. Take us down, keep fighting.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and Kachi Shop.
It is going to be day 4 for the challenge season group stage, and of course it's going to be super exciting as always. If you didn't catch the games last week, that's okay, because every day is going to be an exciting day. My name is Danielle, and of course joining me for today we have a brand new face on the panel. I'm so excited to welcome her. Her name is Fasya Bunny. Welcome to the broadcast. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm super excited as all of the players have another chance and opportunity to raise up on the leaderboard of the challenge season. And not only that, they have to fight and as well as getting the top 6 to qualify to the grand final. So hopefully they are among those who will be able to go to Jakarta. Oh
Exactly.
my god, that would be super awesome, isn't it, Danny?
It is really awesome. So I think some of our viewers, we did sort of see it on the screen as well, the details for Jakarta, but we are going to show that again later on just to remind you guys what the teams are playing for. But Fasya, you are 100% right? Teams are aiming for top 6 because top 6 will automatically qualify. Now, of course, there is going to be another 6 teams to qualify, but that's not going to be for this tournament. It is going to be for something later on. So we'll sort of have to talk about the top 6 here because we're already on day 4 of the competition and we're starting to see a gap form with these teams, right? We've got some teams sitting on top of the leaderboard who are sitting on, I want to say, the top of the treasure pile. They've got most of the points. They're feeling very comfortable. And then you have the teams that are sort of just scraping by or very close to 6. And there's a bit of a gap down there, and you really need to perform if you want to try and get those points to take that 6th spot away. So it's very highly contested. But of course, you do need to see what happens with these teams, what kind of adjustments they want to make, and how they're going to approach these upcoming games. Now, very quickly, before we jump into the action for today, here is the prize pool for the group stage. So the teams are not only aiming for top 6, but there is a cash prize along with the top 6 spot. So if you manage to get into first place, you're going to be taking home $30,000 US. That's a lot of money, especially for our region. If you miss out on first place, it's fine. You get $20,000 for second, $10,000 for third. So there's a lot of money involved for the teams that do finish pretty high for this tournament. But everyone takes something home at least. It's not going to be a duel or die for the teams that are currently competing. But Fasya, we're going to show on the screen the finals prize pool because this is not the only money that the teams are aiming for.
Agreed, definitely. I mean, who would have thought that not only you'll be able to get at least the catch of a prize or even a piece of a pie at the challenge stage, also you'll be able to get even more money. You double out your winning from the challenge stage to the grand finals, and the prize pool 4 for the first place will be going home with 65,000. You imagine if you won at the challenge stage, you got 30,000 already. Going home to the grand finals, also 65. You already totaled up with 95,000 in your hands. That's a great investment to fight your best here on the SBS Free Fire. And not only that, second place will be going home with 30,000, third place, and throughout till the 11 and 12 place will be going home till the end with 5,000 in the hands. So definitely something that they need to look forward to and be the best inside SBS Free Fire.
Yeah, it's a big upgrade. It's like you sort of start with a very small private party where everyone's having a little bit of the pie, but then you go to the buffet, right?
Yeah.
You qualify
Oh
for
my
the
God.
buffet, and that's when you go. Now, to qualify for the finals, of course, we do need to remember how the point system works and how the teams are going to qualify. So we are going to follow the standard esports system for Free Fire. If you manage to get the booyah for the round, you'll take home 12 points. Second place will get 9, third will get 8, and then as you go down, you're going to get 1 less point. Unfortunately, if you end in bottom 2, which is 11th and 12th, you're going to take home absolutely nothing. Nobody wants to be down here, but you can soften the blow. Right? Every kill is also going to give you a single point, and we have seen some teams make comebacks where even though they didn't get enough placement points, they went absolutely ham during the round. They got the kills, and they maybe not got first place, but they managed to finish top 4, top 5. I think that's a big recovery compared to just ending the round with, let's say, 3 placement points. We've got the maps on the screen here. Fasya, what are we going to be starting off with today?
Well, we started out with Purgatory for the Group AB, and they will continue on to the Alpine map. On the other hand, moving forward to Group B and C, also the same map will be continuing on for Purgatory as well as Alpine. And then for the last session, we have A and C team will be fighting again at the Purgatory as well as Alpine. So it's like each of the teams, everybody will face on with each other, but in a different kind of session. But in the end, we'll see everyone meeting with each other and fighting on inside the SBS Free Fire.
Yeah, I'm really excited. At first, I thought the best matchup was originally going to be A versus B, but after seeing all the games happen and seeing how the teams are performing, I kind of feel like A versus C is probably the most exciting to watch.
Agree.
Yeah, so it was pretty crazy, but who knows, maybe B's going to come out today, guns blazing, blow the competition away, because we're only on day 4. I think there's still plenty of room for teams to adjust their play styles, right? And try and figure out how they're going to approach those next matches. But let's take a look at our first group of teams that are going to be competing for today. So of course, starting off, we're going to be jumping into the usual Group A versus Group B, and they are on the screen right now. And not surprisingly, a lot of the teams on the screen right now are currently on top of the leaderboard.
Agreed, definitely, especially on the fact that a team has been performing well for these 3 days, and we're looking forward to see how they will be consistent here on day 4 as well. And most of the team also, and I think even our viewers also agree, the hot spot, or should I say the group that has the more potential or being looked upon or look forward to from our audience definitely is from Group A, because they have been doing well and they have been raising the roof inside the leaderboard itself.
Yeah, I think I do agree, Group A is just so competitive. It doesn't matter what grouping you put in, if it's against Group B, Group C, there's a lot of really strong teams in Group A. So I kind of feel bad for the teams in Group A because they can never get rid of their partners, right? It's like, just play with you guys the whole time. But we do have our teams to watch on the screen here. So some people are probably wondering, why are we looking at Expand, MGH, and Team Flash, right? Because these are not the teams that are currently sitting at the very top of the leaderboard. They're sort of in the middle of the pack. And I guess that we kind of need to explain what's really going on for these teams, right? So Expand is one of the biggest teams from the Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines region. I think a lot of people would say they're one of the best, if not the best, generally really consistent. Last week, the team really struggled. They started to show some inconsistencies, and they have sort of fallen off. And looking at the overall standings, which we're going to look at right now, they are currently not in top 6. They're actually top 9. They are under Sem9, who is one of their rivals within their own region. And I think if you're Expand, you kind of need to be a little bit worried about your position now. You're a little bit more than 10 points away from getting that top 6. But I think you're midway through the tournament, you kind of have to pick it up.
Agreed, definitely. Double down the game, definitely something that you need to look upon and actually figure out what are the tactics are not doing well inside the gameplay. You have to figure out what is doing well for your opponent and maybe put it inside your own tactic and maybe enhance even more your own gameplay as well as fighting and manpower, definitely. Because X-Pen, going back to X-Pen as well, just a little bit more to decipher what to be looked forward to, because they had a really good run as well. So they did try and struggle to get into the zone, and that was something that we need to praise. The effort to make sure that you maintain a full squad to go into the center, but yet if you don't get the capability to fight one-on-one, it's gonna be a difficult point. Placement point, yes, it's good, it's gonna boost up, but kill points, we can see most of the teams who are at the top, they have the balance between kill points as well as the placement points. So that's what we need from the team itself.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the overall score for Expand, they are a little bit low on the kill points. I mean, it's true. They're under EVOS Divine. They're under Heavy in terms of kills. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we've spoken a lot about Expand. We also need to talk about MDH, because that was also one of the other teams that was highlighted. Now, MDH is currently the top representative for Vietnam right now. They are on the edge of qualifying, but they need to compete with SES ALFAINK. And I also want to say Sem9, right? Like, they're so close to each other. It really comes down to having a good round for any of these teams to go up, and potentially if any of these teams have a bad round where they drop early and they don't pick up kills, they can easily drop down 2, maybe even 3 positions. So it's a very, very thin line that these teams are now walking on, especially for Sem9, SES and MDH. I mean, V Gaming is pretty close too. They're only about 5 points away from MDH, so anything really goes for that part of the leaderboard. But we also have Team Flash, and I feel like Team Flash, they're in a bit of an interesting position. They're not that high up. They're not that close to top 6. And the teams, they've shown a lot of potential, but it just hasn't been able to come to fruition. They haven't been able to really take that talent and finish the rounds well to push them up that leaderboard. I mean, do you have any idea on what could be going on with Team Flash Bunny?
Here's the thing. Team Flash, they have an idea. You can have a great idea to put out your own roster, which team or try to say MVP players that actually can do in to fight in within each other, have that positioning as well. But when it comes to fighting off, and that's the thing also, compared to Expand, they have the same capability. Yes, you're good with the idea, but when it comes to execution, it doesn't go your own way, and that's what we needed from the Flash. Maybe they have the capability to position themselves in a great position, fighting off one-on-one, but when it comes to team effort, it's not doing so well for Team Flash. And this is the two teams, comparing to MDH and the Flash, these two teams are actually from Vietnam, so it's looking forward to see how they are going to compete each other right here on day 4.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that happens, but for now, before we get ready to jump into the game, I do believe we have some rapid fire questions with the players. Let's see what they have to say.
Close quarter vs gas lah.
Close quarter vs KS.
Itu sniper dan spas.
Close quarter with SKS
พัดกันยิงแบบไกลๆใช้สไนเปอร์ครับดาเมจแรงดี
Chiến đấu tập gần với Asgard.
Kill by teammate.
Killed by teammate.
โดนบอทฆ่าดีกว่า
โดนบอทครับ
Sama satu tim.
Bị giết bởi đồng đội.
5.000 diamond.
5,000 เพชรดีครับ ดีกว่าครับ
5,000 diamonds
5 legenda skin, soalnya lebih mahal pastinya.
Lose Buya to a knife
Dibunuh 20 kali dengan perusuh.
โดนมีดแทงครับผม
Terus boya to a knife โดนมีดดีกว่าครับพี่
Drop in rank.
Rank nurun sih.
Rank drop.
Lose tank game final. ได้กำจิ้มถอย
เล่นในโทรศัพท์ครับ
Touch screen on PC monitor
Control foil.
อะไรเงี้ยป่ะพี่หมอว่าเล่นคอมดีกว่าถ้างั้น
Support key.
ชอบเคมากกว่าครับ
ด้วยเคครับ
เอาผู้หญิงอ่ะ
1 versus 3 enemy with max item 1v3 enemy with main item
3-1 ดีกว่าครับ 1-1 มันง่ายไปครับ
when we green it when we green it
headshot no scope
No scope headshot.
No scope headshot.
no scope headshot
people kill will kill
20 kills no boy
20 kills no booyah.
เอา 20 คิวดีกว่าครับใช่ครับถ้า0 คิวมันน้อยมันเหมือนไม่ได้ทำอะไรครับ
cái này đối với Heavy chuyện nhỏ không boya không kill mà có boya
Man, I kind of want our version of these questions because I think we had some pretty interesting questions and choices. I mean, okay, firstly, I need to question the players for their choice. So the question that I thought was funniest was playing with a controller on your phone or playing touchscreen on a monitor. Here's the thing, okay? I think some people didn't realize this could have been a trick question because technically, isn't a touchscreen monitor like a giant phone? Why would you want to play with a controller?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, pretty much the same thing, isn't it?
yeah,
So,
exactly.
I think that was a trick question and they didn't understand that. But then again, it's okay. I understand most of their preferences. But the part that I really like the one and I really respect, the last one when they say that I'd rather go for the 20 kills with no booyah. That's like, salute to you, man. You gotta kill with pride. You gotta go down with pride as well. That's the thing. And on the other hand, to feel the pride as well, you gotta give thank you to the one who make this happen. It's all for the Snapdragon. They powered our dreams and also our hopes to be the best and as a legend. Because if you want to win, you gotta win with the Snapdragon Pro Elite Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this tournament. The players wouldn't be playing. I mean, of course, wouldn't have the grand final that's happening in Jakarta.
Oh my god, that's so exciting. And not only
Exactly.
that, if you guys are in the neighborhood, you have to check it out because that's the grand final to support all teams that is moving in. It's on 4th and 5th of February, which is next year. Yes, it's still next year. It's not this year, but we're still looking forward to it because time passes fast right now lately. So sometimes you don't realize it, like, oh, it's already grand finals. And if you guys are around the Jakarta, you better go there and support the teams who are qualified for the grand finals.
Yes. Now, I think we're about ready to jump into our first game of the day, buddy. And we are. We're going to be jumping into Purgatory right now, and the players are going to choose their drop points for now. Are we seeing any hop drops? Are we seeing any shenanigans? And I do believe we have some teams dropping towards the central, down towards the bottom section of the map. So we've got Expand dropping in with Team Flash, and I think that might be the only potential hot drops that we're looking at. We have EVOS Phoenix, one of the players going into the high tier loot zone. No one going to be contesting, which is good for EVOS. Something we've seen with this team is that if they're able to get the free high tier loot zone, they generally have really good games because they're very much equipped. And I mean, you're ahead of the competition. If you have all the end game gear, you're already at a tactical advantage because you've got the better guns, the better gear, the better protection. But for now, let's take a look at this fight here. We've got Expand dropping in with Team Flash. And so far, we've got one of the players down here for Expand. So already down to a 3 versus 4 situation. Though we got another player that's dropped down there on the side of Team Flash. So now this could be pretty good here. Expand, they're turning this around. Another player down on the side of Team Flash. I think this is now a 2 versus 3 situation, buddy.
Oh, that's nice, right? They're going in for the close range shot already. They know this is going to be the opening to fight it off. Roy comes in, shots come through to the side of Flash, gets one down, nicely done. One more player to go. We're going to clear him out straight away. But on the other hand, Cobra, unfortunately, will be spotted out. One of the players, they're still trying to fight it out, but finally takes down another player. And I think that will be the end because Team Flash is already eliminated. Wiped out. One team already went to the lobby.
Yep, that's going to be great for Expand now. Unfortunately, they lost the Axel, but they can eventually buy him back. That's not really a problem. But you've gotten 4 kills already. So that's going to be putting them pretty high up on the leaderboard. I mean, they're currently kill leaders so far. So the team's feeling pretty good. But we do need to take a look and see where everyone else sort of is. So we do have DEWA sitting on Forge. And it looks like Expand, they're actually being attacked here by EARENA. This is only one of the players. The team is quickly coming in. Now, X-Roy is down. Expand are now down to 2 players. I don't believe they got the revive up on their other player too, so it could just be 2 of them. is Expand wanting to bail here? Do they want to stay? I saw one of them pick up a vehicle, and I think they are driving away. Cobra actually getting picked up by Shut Up, and that's going to be it. Only one player left. If this player gets picked up, Expand are done for.
Oh my god, EA coming in as a third party, knowing for a fact that it's going to be fight off, especially this is going to be a great advantage for them. Expand having already a tough situation when they were fighting with the team of Flash. Now they had to fight with the EA. On the other hand, right now, it seems that Too Fast, Too Furious is trying to survive as a solo player. Can he make it off?
Looks like he will be able to get out of there. August, he actually tried to get off his bike to maybe blow up that vehicle, but just not enough damage. But I think for now, maybe he'll consider chasing and see maybe if they can try and go for that pickup. But we'll have to see what happens here for EARENA, because this team, they're pretty happy. They picked up the majority of Expand. They don't have to worry about that team, and they can just continue looting for free. Now, we've got Attack all around here, just sort of sitting out on the corner of the map. They do they have vision of MDH? It seems like they kind of know that they're there, but they don't have the right angle to potentially rain down some bullets. But we will see, because MDH are moving. And seeing how they're moving, I don't know. I don't think they've spotted Attack all around.
They might actually realize, or probably during the time when they landed out, they were suspecting that it could be somebody, but they're a little bit uncertain where the location of the exact players at the moment right now. So they're just being... Oh, okay. Now they're going in closer. And it seems that MDH is already waiting for the right time. If they go in first, it's going to be a surprise attack straight away. Definitely something that needs to be taken control of. If you want to go for a fight, you have to know what it's going to be like. But right here, we can see that MDH still waiting for the right time. Two players coming through. On the other hand, they are going to go in for the surprise attack. Will they go in for the rush, or is it going to be just another way to figure out whether or not the team of Attack all round who actually moves back and decided to surrender? Okay, let's see. All right, we got Huang already on the rooftop. He might give the information. He has the basic of to scout the area properly, but he doesn't see it. He doesn't even give that information just yet. He's just going around on the rooftop, just looking for it. But oh, there you are. That's the grenade, and that's going to be the information needed. They know for a fact, for certain, there's one team right in front of them.
Yeah, so they've got information for one area. But here's the thing. If you take a look at Attack all around, are they maybe trying to go for a backstab? Because one of the players is trying to circle around the other side of MDH. We will take a look in a moment, but for now, MDH, one of their players are already down. So Attack all around, looking to go for the attack here. And so far, MDH is not looking great here. Huang An taking a whole bunch of damage, and Nero is down. It's going to be pretty hard to get that pickup, and Huang An, he does go down. Luckily, Nuke is here. He is behind the team, and he was able to get that pickup. So MDH now back to two players, but now it's going to be Nuke against one. Nero is going to get out of there if possible. He's going to have to try and go for this 1v1, but Nuke goes down. Falky coming in, getting the perfect shot. This is looking terrible for MDH.
Yeah, despite they were the one who was taking their sweet time, just trying to make sure that they might be able to do a surprise attack. But turns out Attack all around takes one player after another, and now Nero has to survive as a solo player, just making sure that he will not be caught up with the fight as well.
Yeah. Is he running towards a vending machine? Is there a vending machine anywhere nearby?
Could be, yeah.
Okay, we'll see if he's able to get that pickup, because it's going to be a pretty tough game if you're not able to pick up your teammates. On the other side of the map, though, while that fight was happening, we did see Cobra get picked off by the side of DEWA, so it looks like the game is just not looking too easy there for Expand. This team is now down to two players. I think they are looking to try and get another buyback if possible, but Expand really crippled this game. They've been trying to get these players back up, and they've just been shot down like birds, it seems.
Agree. On the other hand, Sam9, they're not actually in any engagement. They're already just scouting an area, trying to find the right positioning. We have one player right on the Tyrant, making sure that he'll be able to scout throughout the whole entire map. Maybe that will be a great tactic to make sure that you have the better upper hand, and especially the information of which team will be going into the safe zone. And that's good. But on the other hand, you gotta be careful if there's gonna be a backstab. And here we are seeing DEWA is getting more closer, and there you are.
They're coming into DEWA. I mean, they're gonna see them now. The vehicle is now under fire, under siege. They're gonna have to get out of there. Bunny, this might not be too good for EARENA. I think they've been surprised.
Oh my lord! Now they have to go in. They have to fight it off. But can they get it? No! August will not be taken out, but now 2-on-2, will they be able to fight it off? But unfortunately, we can see EA is struggling as well. DEWA virus coming through a little bit of the wall to make sure that it's not going to be easy for them to take it off. But still, the resistance will not be denied as DEWA takes them down. Nicely done.
Wow, EARENA, they got completely caught off guard. They weren't expecting to run up into a team on that hill. Oh, Bam's actually being dropped there by Limit. That's going to be a bit of a pick off there for EARENA, but Limit realizes it's just basically him against a whole other team. Is he able to get the shots? No. 11th place for EARENA. Bit of a shocker actually, because this is one of the favorites to win this round. So EARENA to finish in second, that's definitely surprising.
Agree, definitely. The fact that we know that EARENA is already on the top of the leaderboard and yet...
I think second place, right?
Yes, second place. They are the top two at the moment right now, and this is not going to look so good on that leaderboard, but yet again, they're still comfortable. There's a huge gap between the DEWA side as well as the team of EARENA. 200 points, still a lot for any of the players or any of the team who wants to topple that second place. On the other hand, right here, we got the MDH still holding on their grounds, trying to get into the zone softly with the edges of the zone. Here's the thing, you want to make sure you want to get it safe, but at the same time, can they make it through as Attack All Round is going to gatekeep it?
I wonder if Attack All Round are aware that MDH is going to come in. Now we have to keep in mind, right? Last we saw MDH, it was just Nero. So he was able to get his whole team back into this game. Maybe they could be in for a bit of a surprise, but they are having to loot as well, right? Having all their team members go down, they've had to come back into the game naked. They've got no good guns, no good armor. So they have to sort of start all over again. But it would be pretty interesting if MDH were able to climb back into this game, because it has been pretty tough for them so far.
Agreed, definitely. I mean, it's great that MDH Nero was able to give back hope to the teams as well. But on the other hand, they're still struggling. And it seems that we are seeing that EVOS Phoenix is also going to flank to the left side, reposition himself on the high ground, meeting off with the Attack All Round.
Uh-oh, this is going to be one heck of a fight. Now, this is the tournament favorite so far. The Thai team that has put a lot of pressure on the competition. They have no kills under their belt so far. So this is technically their first fight. And it's going to be against Attack All Round. Now, nobody has taken critical damage on the team as of yet. The team's looking okay. But look at Axis. Axis are coming in and looking to pressure Attack All Round on the other side. I wonder if this is going to be them helping the fight, or maybe if they're going to be giving these kills away to EVOS Phoenix. And so far, it looks like Axis not really able to put a dent into this team fight at all. If anything, they're just being gatekept here by Godcrust.
Agreed, definitely. And look at that. Ty is just shooting down to the side of Axis. There's one more, and there you go. Shutting down straight away Axis Esports. And I think that is going to be tough for the rest of the teams. And they spotted out Attack All Round now. They're going to finish off to the side of Attack All Round. Shots coming through right now, but they also having a little bit of trade off the favor as well. Now, Jonah got to be careful right here. It's a little bit too open, but then again, comes back alive, takes down, already knocked down one of the players from the team of Attack All Round, but zone is closing in, so EVOS Phoenix got to actually clear out, especially leaving that attack as well as positioning.
Yeah, so it looks like the teams, they are going to have to try and catapult themselves into that fight. But so far, it was pretty interesting here for Attack All Round. They actually flew right into first Raiders, and we did see some casualties in that fight. And I think it's not looking too good for Attack All Round as they had to turn around here over to EVOS Phoenix. But on the other side of the map, we actually have a couple teams going in for the major team fight so far. We've got Anxiety going head-to-head. And the team, they're sort of pinned under this compound right now. They don't have too much cover to work with. It's rather open, and the team's not feeling too confident, wanting to hide under that cliffside. Axis Esports unfortunately going to be eliminated in 8th place here, but it looks like for now, NIGMA wanting to get their hands dirty, wanting to pick up those kills, and Poor Anxiety are just stuck on this cliff. They can't move.
Exactly. If they do anything, it's just going to actually expose themselves or either being backstabbed by the other teams right now. On the other
look, you got Sem9 under the cliff.
Oh my
and Expand. There are 4 teams in this area. It is insane.
It's like they're literally letting themselves being killed right here. They're cornered out already. There's no way out for the team Anxiety. On the other hand, right now, they're still trying to survive at the edges of this high cliff. Can they make it through now? They're trying to fight off one of the players from the team, but can they get it done? Okay, got one already, a little bit more. Can they make it do so? But unfortunately, does not it out. They're a little bit passive-aggressive, but still, they're trying to maintain a good positioning so that they won't be taken down easily.
Oh no, Anxiety Anxiety, they're going down one by one. NIGMA Galaxy, they were super aggressive, just ran right in there, shot them down, and that's going to be a number of kills. 9 kills in NIGMA Galaxy's pocket. This team is currently on fire. They did climb the leaderboard significantly last week, and they are looking to continue that streak into this week as well. 5 teams remaining, 17 players still alive. EVOS Phoenix still in the competition. They've managed to go from 0 kills to 7, but I think their biggest competitor right now is going to be NIGMA Galaxy. MDH were looking pretty good this game as well. They were almost eliminated, managed to get those 3 players back up, and now, unfortunately, we are starting to run out of space here, Bunny.
Exactly, on the fact that right now, First Raiders got to fight off with the EVOS Phoenix. Can they make it so? They get 1 player down, now they're going in for the rush. Takes 1 down, nicely done. Moshi will be able to take down the rest of the players from the First Raiders. Unfortunately, despite they were holding their grounds, EVOS Phoenix just come rising to the top.
And it looks like for now, EVOS Phoenix doing a lot of damage, but Jonah does go down. NIGMA Galaxy getting eliminated by EVOS Phoenix, and now we're down to our last 2 teams. It's going to be EVOS Phoenix going up against MDH, the team that came out of nowhere, that was on the brink of elimination. 5 eliminations. Oh boy, this is starting to get a little crazy here, Bunny.
Yep, definitely. But EVOS Phoenix still has the manpower. They have been performing very well, especially with the one-on-one fight. Right now, we are seeing Joanna just holding the ground, waiting for the right time. Yep.
There's a lot of space left, right? This game could end any moment, but there's a lot of time. So it comes down to who wants to play aggressive right now.
Right, pushing through the walls right now, and Seek Joanna just holding off her grounds, making sure that she will not overextend. But then again, she needs to be certain as this. Oh, going in straight now. EVOS Phoenix now left with 1 more player to go. Ty will be left out as the solo player. Unfortunately, MDH comes rising to the top and says, "That's the end." Booyah to the MDH Esports.
What a surprise finisher for our first game of the day on Purgatory. It looked like it was going to be domination there on the side of EVOS Phoenix, but MDH, they came back from potentially I think 10th place. They almost got eliminated. The fact that they actually got that revive onto Nero during the beginning of the game, they got the revive up, he was able to bring the team back in, they were able to come into that final circle, they found the correct angles, they got the loot from killing off all those teams, and suddenly getting that booyah. What a story for this team.
Definitely an epic comeback for the team of MDH Esports, and they probably really surprised themselves as well, and proud of what has happened. Even I was surprised that they able to actually get a group together, and despite that they were actually being gatekept by Attack all around, and that's what we were asking. Would they actually been spotted out already, or Attack all around didn't even realize that the MDH was trying to get into the zone, yet nobody was suspecting anything. MDH Esports was safely getting into the zone with no any kind of obstacle or any kind of intrusion from other teams, and in the end they survived till the end. And EVOS Phoenix wasn't even realizing that the full squad was already inside, and EVOS Phoenix, despite they had a lot of intrusion, especially when they were struggling fighting with the First Raiders, they couldn't manage with the manpower, especially the overwhelming power from the MDH Esports.
Yeah, it was a crazy game. Absolutely. I think most of the action that we saw, it was, I think, the 4th circle, northern side, where we had 4 teams fighting on that one compound. You had Anxiety that was stuck on the cliff side. I think you had Sem9 under the cliff. Expand was also hiding under the cliff. And then you had NIGMA, who was sitting in the watchtower a little further away, putting a lot of pressure onto Anxiety. And then everyone else was on the other side of the field. Like, they didn't have to worry about those 4 teams. So I am so surprised that MDH was able to get the booyah. I think that was probably one of the last teams I would have expected, especially seeing how things started. But we will take a look at the replays and highlights to see what really happened.
Now, here's the thing. I'm surprised because we already expected EARENA was going to be like the one who will definitely win most of the gunfights. But unfortunately, DEWA just suddenly was so powerful to a point that EARENA was not able to fight off.
Yeah, I didn't expect EARENA to go down. I mean, all the Thai teams, I think we all agree, everyone watching, having watched the tournament so far, all the Thai teams have been very difficult to eliminate. They are amazing in those gunfights. Their positioning in the fights are fantastic. And they're also pretty good with the economy as well. They always seem to have a lot of glue walls and grenades. So to see EARENA go down so early, for me, it was very shocking. I don't know, maybe if the team just didn't have the necessary resources, were they surprised, right? Because with Free Fire, sometimes it really comes down to information. Do you know what angle these teams are coming from? Do you even know if this team is there? We've seen ambushes happen and teams getting absolutely surprised, which was EARENA, right? MDH hiding on the cliff. They were just waiting for stuff to count. They were just waiting patiently for the kills. EARENA drives by, all of a sudden, ratatatatata, dead.
Oh my god, nicely done. I like that. I really like that. I truly agree. A great perfection of explanation of what happened for the round number 1. On the other hand, here we are with the round 1 standing. EVOS Phoenix, despite they might be at the 2nd place, but the numbers of kills, the damages they already done for round number 1, putting them at the top with 15 kills, 24 with a total score of 9 at the placement point. MDH, the one team that we were talking about that we need to watch out, turns out it's true. They need to be watched out. We got number 2 already right here with 20 total points. And NIGMA Galaxy, on the other hand, great kill points. I gotta say, one of the best points of NIGMA on the fact that they waited for the right time to go into the fight with anxiety. And that's what boosted out with 10 kills for themselves. Expand Malaysia at the 4th place with 9 kills. First Raiders Eclipse, they maintain with the positioning. They were trying to get the best placement point. But the moment they fight with the EVOS Phoenix, it's the end for them. They couldn't get the kill points. And Sem9 with the 6th place with 7 points as well.
Yeah, so off of that game alone, I do believe that MDH have actually already overtaken Sem9. Now, SES ALFAINK, they haven't played yet, so that kind of doesn't count. But we can even say MDH are now sitting in 5th spot, which this team is happy with because they wanted to make top 6. We'll talk about them a little bit later on because we do need to give some praise here to EVOS Phoenix. Yes, they didn't win, but this team, classic EVOS Phoenix. They ended the round with so many kills. I think Husky and I were sort of talking about this, and actually Victor last week, where EVOS Phoenix's average points for a round are about 24, which for a normal team is amazing. You don't normally look at 24 points, right? But yeah, for EVOS, if it's not 20-ish points, that's a bad round for that team. So to see EVOS come back in, start the day strong, 24 points. Sure, they didn't get the booyah, but you still got 24 points. This team is happy. They're going to stay in 1st place. I don't really see anyone being able to topple the Kings, if you want to say so far. But it's only game 1, Bunny. We've got one more game to go for this group. We have a comeback potential here for EARENA because, let's be real, terrible round for this team. They really want to make that comeback happen. And then, of course, the other teams that are competing, NIGMA Galaxy is still hungry to look for more booyahs and more kills because that's just how that team generally plays. Was there anyone else that sort of made a comeback? I don't really think there was anyone else that really stood out. I do believe Expand and Sem9, if we put the points together for these two teams, they didn't really move. I think, was it Sem9 that got 7 and Expand got 9? So it's only a 2-point difference. It's not much is happening down there.
Definitely. Malaysia teams needs to figure out what is not doing well for them, as we see that most of the rising as well as the power coming in from the rest of the region, especially from Thailand team, they're doing well. And even despite that, I have to admit that DEWA from Indonesia, they did their best for tonight. Especially we saw how it was for day number 1 till day number 3. DEWA was actually having a lot of struggles, but tonight, who would have thought they were able to actually take down one of the kings inside our SPS Free Fire.
Absolutely. Now we are going to get the players ready to jump into that next game, but of course we are going to go for a quick break because once we come back, we'll jump right into our next game of the night. We'll see you after this, survivors.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and Kachi Shop.
Tim kita orang dari Malaysia. Nama tim kita orang Esports, Shahid, Flame, and Neptune. Kita orang expect tak dapat top 3 tu, tapi kita orang cuba buat lagi baik, and alhamdulillah dapat top 3. Sebab point semua berdekatan, konsisten sampai last game.
Meta yang terbaru ni, kita orang akan cuba lagi belajar. Belajar dengan meta baru dengan meta yang lama. Sangat berbeza meta lama dengan meta yang baru ni. Mungkin meta baru ni akan banyak perubahan gameplay dari sebelum ni. Sebab daripada meta lama tu tak terlalu critical sangat dia punya in-game. in-game effect. Tapi meta yang baru ni terlalu susah lah untuk kita orang akan main untuk next major. Kita orang tahu markah semua dekat. Jadi kita orang waktu last game, kita orang tak turun di spot yang sama. Kita orang tahu mesti akan ada pelanggaran di last game kerana markah semua dekat kan. So last game kita orang tak turun kita orang punya drop spot. Dan kita orang dalam mindset player, kita boleh, kita bantai. Siapa ada kita lawan, siapa ada kita makan. Itu semua point bagi kita orang. Itu yang kita orang membuatkan kita orang lepas top 3. NIGMA Galaxy. Sebab diorang di Liga Thailand itu sangat strong lah. Main tu sangat hebat lah. Kita orang tengok EVOS Bionic, EVOS Divine. Lebih kurang macam tu lah gameplay diorang. Tapi NIGMA Galaxy ni lebih strong. Kita orang nampak. Example-nya maksudnya macam mereka main terlalu berdisiplin. So tim tu akan bagi salah satu tantangan bagi kami lah. Oh Matt, mungkin kita orang akan menggunakan meta 3-1. Kita orang akan menggunakan karakter yang lebih strong. Karakter yang belum ramai orang tahu tapi kita orang akan cuba. Okay. Walaupun ini first time bagi kita orang, mungkin semua orang kita orang rasa takut untuk melawan. Siapa yang datang kita orang akan anggap itu sebagai makanan bagi kita orang. Kita orang akan lawan semua.
They don't want it with me. You got a problem with me? Love, you don't want it with me. Man, you won't ever stop me. Who y'all really got a problem with? Who y'all really trying to solve them with? Who don't really like the sound of this? Who come with me getting down to this? You better step back, get your neck cracked, get laid down when you best step. Better check that with a fresh map, get lost now with no extract. Like, look, that's all me. Got my number, don't call me. We eating up, that's all beef. You freezing up, that's y'all's team. Cause we don't really lose no more. All about heating up, leaving that cold. You can see beating up, killing that show. I ain't about giving up, no. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Look, you got a problem with me. Look, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you never gonna stop me. Ay, sound the alarm. We about to go on. You getting it
Survivors, and welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series. We've just finished up game 1 of the day for Groups A versus B, which means we've got our final game for this grouping before we jump on over to our next groups. Bunny, we had a bit of a surprise round that first time round. We had MDH, a team that was on the brink of elimination, coming back, taking the booyah, and literally just stealing it away from the not really the champions, I suppose, but the favorites of the tournament. EVOS Phoenix almost got it, but MDH, they were just like, nope, we are hungrier today. This is ours.
Agreed, definitely. Nobody expected MDH was going to actually slip in for that last moment, and especially the fact that they were actually from the 7th place for the overall. Now they have pushed themselves to the top 4 with 139 points. I think MDH is already feeling happy already for the first round, looking good so far, but they got to maintain it because this is going to be the next round to see if they can still progress even more right here on the leaderboard. On the other hand, Phoenix, I mean, yeah, they were robbed a little bit from the booyah.
Excuse me, robbed? They got 24 points, okay? They weren't robbed.
I mean, they should have deserved it because they were maintaining a really positioning,
Sure,
but
okay.
MDH Esports, on the other hand, I mean, with a full squad, EVOS has lost pretty much of their gunfights and losing most of their players already, and that's what made them actually lose to the side of MDH for that booyah. But then again, with the 3 days or the... So yes, 3 days that they have been competing with each other from A, B, as well as from the rest of the players as well, Phoenix still maintained at the top with 242 points. So still not enough points for the rest of the team to actually catch up to EVOS Phoenix. They don't need to bother about it, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on EARENA. How much do they want that $30,000 first place, right? Because that's what the teams are aiming for. I mean, there is a pretty decent prize pool. First place gets 30,000 US, 20,000 for second, and 10,000 for third. So it's pretty significant. I mean, of course, these teams want to try and get as high as they can.
Agree.
But can I mention, I am actually also surprised that MDH were also able to go over attack all round. This was another team that has been performing really well up until this point. Last round, they did okay. But for MDH to be able to take that 4th place away from them, that was not something that I was expecting.
I mean, yeah, on the other hand, we need to realize that MDH was actually the one who was left all alone, one person behind, because of attack all around, right? They were actually creeping into their positioning. They were actually being closed out by the territory. And MDH Esports was taking a little bit too sweet times, and that's when attack all around said, we can't wait any more longer, let's go in for the fight, and left with one more player to go. But lucky for them, they managed to survive full squad again till the end.
Yeah, this is where the revive mechanic has really come in handy for some of these teams, because for anyone that doesn't know, when Free Fire first started their esports, the revive system wasn't in play. If you lost a player, that was it. They were dead for the entire game. Whereas now there's an opportunity, if you have a player alive, you can buy back people on the vending machine, or if you stand on the revive panel, then you can also get the revives off as well. But the fact that we've got the revive system in play, it allows teams to come back. But we've also seen some teams do some pretty crazy stuff with it as well, right? Where you get teams that split up because they want to scout. And if anyone dies, they'll just be like, oh, we'll just buy them back. But now we have information that there's this team in this area of the map. We can either choose to go there and get revenge, or we can dodge the team and go somewhere else. So I love how teams are sort of picking up and finally adapting to the revive mechanic, because originally people were just using it to buy back their players and that was it. They weren't really doing anything else
Need
with
to have the great strategy and gameplay, like when's the right time to take back your team, as well as if it's actually, is it beneficial on you for right now, as knowing for a fact that some of the teams, when they try to go in for this revival, it doesn't actually give any more boost up for themselves, because
Is
in
there
the
a benefit?
Yeah. Definitely, and this is something that they have to figure out the right time to actually split up, making sure that they cover up the grounds inside the map as well, and making sure that don't actually get turned down as well during that process. That's the struggleness inside the Free Fire, and this is something that's really, really amazing about the teams doing their best to be the champions.
Man, I love how everything's... I mean, we just started with game number 1. I actually cannot believe, like, this is game 1. I don't know what's going to happen for game 2, but I do believe that we are going to be jumping into game 2 right now for Group A versus B. We are going to be hopping over to Alpine this time. So we've got the snowy map now happening. And let's see if we see some crazy shenanigans, because already we had two teams dropping in the exact same area. We have Team Flash and EVOS Phoenix both going into Snowfall. This could be some bad news here for Flash because this was how Flash got eliminated last round. They hot dropped with another team. We actually don't know who's hot dropping who. Yeah, Flash, they were eliminated first last round. But EVOS Phoenix, they've already lost one player.
Oh my god.
Is this a comeback?
It could be. Bea getting that one shot already, taking down one of the players from EVOS Phoenix. On the other hand, it seems that the rest of the EVOS Phoenix is on their tail right now. On the other hand, it seems that Tai just looking for the right time to move in to fight off, but doesn't see anyone just yet. Gonna use the time turner to hold the ground. But on the other hand, Flash was taking out one player, but Joanna waiting for the right time now. Fighting off, Moshi comes in. He's one of the team of the players that actually look forward to EVOS Phoenix. Moshi has been very prominent inside the game itself.
Yeah, Moshi has been a massive player on the side of EVOS Phoenix, but it looks like now Get High is going to go down on the side of EVOS, so things are getting a little bit hairy in this fight, but Team Flash, they will go down. So EVOS, they get the immediate buyback, they win that fight, they've got 4 kills under their belt, they are ready to go for the rest of this game, and we actually see one of the players flying over. But I see in the corner of the map, First Raiders. We'll take a look at that a little bit later on because Sem9 also jumped into another fight, but this time it's going to be Sem9 going up against MDH. Now, MDH had a fantastic last round. Are they going to continue in game number 2?
Let's see, because when it comes to gunfight, they're not doing so well, but when it comes to Sem9, they're able to take down 2 players already. Now left with Ashura as well as Zen OP. Not looking so good for the team of Sem9. They were struggling for the first round as well, but now fighting off with the MDH, it seems that the motivation from that Booyah is giving even more sustainable for the team of MDH Esports.
Oh gosh. Okay, so First Raiders are going to be going towards EVOS Phoenix. Now, of course, the teams, they don't know who they're actually fighting against. So this could be we could be in for a bit of a treat here. EVOS Phoenix, an amazing team to fight, but how good are First Raiders going to be? But it looks like, EVOS Phoenix, I'm actually fighting! And Carl gets shot down! Surprise! Surprise! Welcome to the game of Free Fire where your head is mine.
Oh my god. I mean, you wanted to get the information. Well, information received. EVOS Phoenix, give it back to you, my friend. On the other hand, DEWA, it seems that we see a lot of the gunfights coming in from DEWA, and they're doing well to fight out. They're actually a little bit aggressive for tonight, and I'm liking it. DEWA making a great statement saying that Indonesia is rising up for day number 4.
Indonesia is hungry, okay? We want to eat. We want to feast at this buffet. And if it means we have to eat a couple humans, so be it. You know, sometimes you got to do what you want to do if you want to win. But I'm looking forward to seeing the Indonesian teams rise up because they are looking pretty good today. We're not seeing SES ALFAINK yet. I'm looking forward to seeing them. But if DEWA is going to play like this already, let's keep it going, you know. Let's not stop. But it looks like EVOS Phoenix are now going to finally engage into First Raiders. And, Darkol, he does go straight down there. And they do manage to get the buyback. What's the play here for First Raiders? It seems like they're just going to buy back and run. Okay, they're a little bit scared. I don't blame them. I think this is the right play.
Okay, they're just gonna actually scout the area, get some information, just play around, and the fact that they still maintain inside the room, right? They don't really have to bother about it. But then again, it's actually giving a lot of those boosts and fighting spirit to the side of EVOS Phoenix if they keep this up, you know. And not only that, EVOS Phoenix is really holding their ground right here, making their own territory, and not even one team who wants to go in to actually contest it off.
Yeah. But I do like the fact that First Raiders didn't fully commit to that fight. I think as soon as they lost their player on the roof, they were just like, okay, it can't come back. We're not going to do this. We'll do it next time. So I like the restraint. Sometimes you got to hold back on the bloodthirstiness. You know, you got to wait till the main course arrives. Don't have the appetizer because the appetizer's cheap. You want the main course. You want the steak. And the steak's not there yet. We're still waiting for the steak. But the other teams, we're doing okay. Sem9 actually had a bit of an issue this game, right? So we're seeing on the players right now, they had to pull in 3 revives. Actually, same thing here with Anxiety. So a lot of teams actually losing a lot of their players, but luckily able to get these buybacks in. And we are now back to 44 players in the lobby, which means more people to kill. I mean, there's more points to go around, right? Every time you get those revives coming in. But I think for now it might just be a bit of a slower game. Where are the teams sort of looking at if we take a look at the map, Bunny?
I mean, the zone is literally right at the center, and they don't really need to worry about anything, as the fact that they're already inside the zone, especially the fact that I think it could be the best part that Axis Esports is just gonna maintain at the center of the zone with no worries whatsoever. But here's the thing, I'm worried on the side of NIGMA Galaxy. They have to meet up with anxiety no matter what as the zone closes in. So this is the two teams that probably might meet each other. On the other hand, comparing back to the side of MDH Esports, they were doing so well. They had a great run fighting off with the enemy, but so far they still try to hold off at the edges of the zone. Attack all round still hasn't met with each other yet. They haven't met with any of the team. They're just gonna maintain at the outside zone just to make sure that they have the passivity, or most probably they just don't want to have a really good run or have a great early fight with any team.
Yeah, so we're finally going to be seeing where the next circle is going to be, and it's going to be within the middle section here of Garrison, Militia, and Carousel. So it's looking pretty good for the teams that are currently towards the northern side of the map. The teams towards the bottom are going to have to try and fight their way up there. Now, the teams that have a big advantage, Axis, they can be really big gatekeepers here. MDH as well. DEWA are going to have to deal with MDH, but they could also act as secondary gatekeepers depending on whether MDH want to go in for this fight. Now, it looks like we're going to be seeing Expand coming into the circle soon. They're going to run right into Axis. I don't think we've seen this on the screen right now. We're looking at EARENA, but I think we're going to be seeing a fight in just a second. There we go. Axis versus EARENA. This could be a very, very scary fight. Expand. Axis and Expand, excuse me.
Alright, then we can see that Axis Esports is also...
Did they just run past them?
I think they run past them. Oh, wait, no, they're right behind them. Axis Esports is also repositioned themselves. They know for a fact that they cannot hold the same positioning. I mean,
hiding?
If I were you, actually, I would prefer to be maintaining at the same position. You could have actually gatekeep the player easily. But on the other hand, right now, we can see Cobra maintaining at the exact positioning of the Expand. Alright, Expand finally goes into the same territory of Axis Esports. Are they going to go for a fight, or they're just going to wait for the right time? So far, both of these two teams are still not close to each other, but like people say, close yet so far.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta you have to have a peace treaty with your enemies. You know? Sometimes you have to work together for a little bit, but then it depends on who shoots first as well, right? Who breaks the peace treaty. But this map is looking really small, and Bunny, we're looking at 11 teams still alive. This is not normal. Normally we're only seeing about 6 teams left, but so far we're going to be seeing one of our first casualties coming into this next circle. And DEWA, players are dropping like flies here. EARENA looking to go aggressive here.
Oh, nicely done. But now we see that Virus also wants to do a little bit of retreat favor. He want to do a revenge. Can he make it done? He's trying to give a little bit of the shot to the side of EARENA, but still not enough to down anyone just yet. Rens, on the other hand, is just going to hold their ground, hold their positioning, not going to do anything, but that's not going to do anything for the side of DEWA. If they want to be aggressive, as we saw previously, they have to give at least something, especially for the fact they already know positioning of EARENA. And on the other hand, Sam9, it seems that they are hiding at the edges of the zone and looking to the side of First Raiders. Are they going to shoot or not?
Raja!
Raja has already been shot by somebody. Who could it be?
Yeah, it was actually Souza on the side of First Raiders, but it looks like right now we're going to be taking a look at DEWA. Oh, Bams able to defend himself and prevent that kill from happening. EARENA, they're rushing in, and that just might be it. Oh, goodness. DEWA Esports eliminated by EARENA, and luckily Limit did not die. He may have been down, but they are going to be able to pick him up. So EARENA looking to end this round strong, especially with how badly their last round went.
Oh my god.
And they get the buyback as well. So now 4 players back onto the field.
Nice, nice. Looking good so far for EARENA. 10 teams still surviving at this moment right now. Sam9 losing Raja. Unfortunately, I didn't even realize that what was going on. They were holding their ground. They were already looking to the side of First Raiders. Turns out Raja was already taken out from that equation.
Oh, goodness, Bunny. This is going to be one chaotic end of the round. These teams are showing a lot of respect to each other, and it looks like, unfortunately, we're going to be losing that player there on the side of EARENA. NIGMA Galaxy able to get that quick snipe in. So 38 players still alive in the lobby, and MTH are going to run right into Anxiety. And it looks like they did manage to catch a pixel of them. So they are going to reposition themselves going into this next circle. Now, neither of these teams are actually in. They're gatekeeping each other. So we'll have to see who manages to get the first down, or if maybe the teams will just sort of say, hey, we got a truce. Let's both get in the circle, and then we're going to fight for it tooth and nail. Who knows? We'll see who wants to be the aggressive team. But these two teams so far, very patient, trying to find the best way to approach this fight. And it looks like God Toby, he's going to be scouting out for his team.
Alright, God Toby is waiting for the right time. But you gotta be careful. He spotted out one nuke, will be shot. 1-2 shots, not gonna be enough. But on the other hand, information will be given out. And Anxiety right here is also been spotted out by Semnan as well. Oh, okay. It seems that Anxiety right on the rooftop right now. Grenade to the side of MDH. Does hit someone, but not gonna be enough. But the zone is closing in now. Anxiety, they will be gatekeeping MDH Esports, making sure that they will not be able to get easily into the zone. And oh my lord.
Access Esports and Attack all around. They are basically fighting within probably the smallest compound I have ever seen, and so far Access are looking fantastic. They're able to win that fight off and pick up the 666 Wrath, back up to 4 players, and this looks like this might just be it here for Attack all around. They've only got 1 player left. I think this player is hiding. But I don't think there's any way he can get into that circle. I think he's just going to tick out to the blue zone. So very unfortunate there for Attack all round. We didn't see who were the ones to play aggressive. I presume it was Attack all round. I feel like Axis would have been the ones to camp that area, but this circle is in favor of Sem9.
Oh no, and it seems that Anxiety, like we said already, they're going to gatekeep. They're going to make sure that none of the team will be able to get into the side. The entrance has already been denied by the Anxiety. On the other hand, right here, it seems that the first Raiders is next to each other, right at the center of the map. They are holding off their ground, not going to be fighting with the rest of the team, who's actually fighting off. We got the SS Esports rising off, fighting with the team of EVOS Phoenix. One shuts down. On the other hand, right now, can they make it through? Rav all alone right here. Oh, a lot of the grenades been thrown out, and it seems that SS Esports still trying to maintain their positioning.
That's going to be first Raiders eliminated from the game as well. And Kanoho just gets shot down. And it looks like these teams, they're going to have to try and rush into the center of that circle, because if they stay on that corner, they're going to be continuing to fight in World War III. Neptune going to be ticking out here as Axis. Axis get eliminated by a grenade. NIGMA Galaxy exerting dominance, saying that we are going to fight you head to head. There's no way you protect yourselves. We've got a grenade for every wall. We've got a gun for every wall. No matter what you do, we are going to get in this circle. Now, NIGMA Galaxy, they are going to be the raid bosses here for EVOS Phoenix. And I'm really curious to see how EVOS are going to get in, because now they are in the blue zone. They're going to take damage. And look how open this is. I think this is going to be it. EVOS should go down.
NIGMA Galaxy doing wonderful job making sure that EVOS Phoenix will not be able to take it out. But on the other hand, Sem9 right here, they're also preoccupied with the Expand team. We got Newbie right here, spotted out 1 player. Alright, gonna be a little bit passive. Going in for the rush. Can he get it done? Can he get it done? He gets it done! Nicely done by Newbie right there.
That's gonna be it for the Axel Expand. They lost Cobra too early, and now it's gonna be Sem9 going up against NIGMA Galaxy. 3 versus 4. Numbers advantage in favor of NIGMA. Now we know for a fact that NIGMA, super aggressive team, and unfortunately for Sem9, they are not in a defensive position. They needed to be in the circle, ready to go. They're slowly making their way in, but look at this though. Stop sitting on this watchtower. Perfect vision for his team. He's able to spot everything out for everybody, and they know where they should be shooting. And unfortunately for Sem9, they are also really spread out. If they lose their players, it's going to be so hard to pick them up, especially Zen OP, who's out in the open. If he goes down, they've got to leave him, and it'll really be down to just those 2 players on Sem9. But NIGMA, again, defensive advantage here. It looks like they're about to nail this game.
Definitely, and I like the fact that despite that, each of them retrading their favor, getting those shots. And I gotta see that the team of Sem9 is getting those shots landed correctly. On the other hand, right now, Zone is closing in, and Zen OP is just standing still, just gonna wait for the right time. Ashura has already been taken out, and NIGMA is not gonna wait any more time. They're gonna go in for the rush already. We got Fugard right here coming in for the rush. Zen OP is just holding the ground, but unfortunately will be shut down straight away with quadra kill for the side of the team of NIGMA Galaxy. Booyah! They able to get the second round.
Oh, that was such a tough endgame there for Sem9. If the circle just went a little bit more towards their side of the map, I think it would have been a much different situation. But we know NIGMA, this is a team that wants to get into the fray. They want to fight. They're willing to throw bodies to win these fights. So NIGMA already being able to conquer that final safe area and actually forcing Zen OP. He was doing a lot of work on the side of Sem9, but he was on the edge of the circle as well, right? Like, he would move
There was nowhere to hide!
Yeah, I mean, where do you go? He had that one glue wall. And if he moved 1 centimeter too far to the right, he was taking blue zone damage. So it was really tough. There was just no cover. It would have been a completely different story if there was a compound nearby, if there was a wall, if there was a watchtower, but he just didn't have that vision. It's so hard to play when you are on the low ground.
Yes, the high ground definitely gives a lot of advantage, especially knowing the fact that you can overlook to the side of the enemy. Despite you might be hiding behind the trees or the stones, if you have the high ground, you can still be spotted out by the enemy, and that's what was has already been taken over for the side of NIGMA Galaxy, and they didn't wait any more longer. Once the zone is closing in, they're like, nah, let's just go in for the rush. One after two players of the team of Sem9 was taken down, and that was the opening they needed.
Yep.
Go in for the last kill, and it was quadra kill. That was amazing.
I feel like the best way for me to describe NIGMA Galaxy's playstyle is that they're almost like bloodhounds. And if you don't know what bloodhounds are, they're hunting dogs. And they're dogs where if they catch a scent of any kind of prey animal, any scent, any sound, if they detect something that they're able to hunt, they go right after it. You can't stop them. They will continuously go until they actually catch that animal. And it just feels like that's what NIGMA is. They hear a gunshot, they'll go to the gunshot. They hear footsteps, they'll go to the footsteps. It's not a team that backs up and plays passive. They want to be the ones that are in the driver's seat, in control, being able to force the other team to play NIGMA Galaxy's game, not the other way around.
The best part is being the uninvited guest inside the party invitation for NIGMA Galaxy, yet they still maintain and success on their attempt, you know, and that's the best part. Like most of the time, when you become the uninvited guest, it will actually backfire you. But NIGMA Galaxy making sure that they hold their ground, positioning and making sure that they win those gunfights, and now they race to the top because of that booyah and those kills. 29 points at that first place, and EVOS Phoenix unfortunately will be put down at the second place. EVOS Phoenix, my bad.
Yes. If there's a team that needs to worry, it is EARENA, because NIGMA Galaxy are zoning in on that second place. Now, EVOS Phoenix, they're safe, right? I mean, they've got 17 points. It really offsets a lot of what NIGMA Galaxy has done. This round, EARENA got 11. EARENA didn't do well last round. NIGMA Galaxy did rather well last round. And I'm wondering, have they managed to catch up to second place yet? Or are they close? How close is this gap? Because both of these teams, they played 2 games. Both teams still had 2 more games to go with the other groupings. It really is going to come down to consistency. Who's going to be able to place high in these next 2 matches? Who is not going to fumble the ball as well, right? Because we've seen some of these teams, you mess up one round and that's it. You lose 1, 2, 3 placements.
Agreed, definitely.
Oh, it's insane.
I mean, every decision, every step of the way, it will come with the consequences, and if it's not in your favor, it will drag you down right at the bottom of that leaderboard. And if it's good on your side, the lady luck is smiling on your side, you definitely have the best placement point as well as the kill points. But here on out, NIGMA Galaxy, after that round number 2, damage rate 8,777 headshots, 11 kills, and survival time 14 minutes. Nicely done.
I can't believe NIGMA Galaxy had such an amazing round. 29 points.
Yep.
I think this is the highest we've seen this team get so far. But NIGMA Galaxy so far has seemed to be a team that just gets better and better as the tournament plays out. They started a little bit shaky, and I was a little bit questionable about them. Like, yes, they're a team to watch out for, but they sort of had these inconsistencies, but now they're really starting to show their colors. So we'll have to see what happens in our next 2 groupings, because we are now officially done with groups A and B. Now, as you prepare to jump into our next groups, which is going to be Group B versus C, we'll let the players get ready for the lobby, which means we have time to thank our amazing sponsors. Now, firstly, thank you so much to Snapdragon Elite Gaming for putting the tournament together, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the Snapdragon Pro Series to begin with.
Agreed, definitely. When winning matters, you gotta win with the Snapdragon, and this is the best opportunity to get as much as boost for your, not just the money prize, but also to enhance your skills, as well as to have the opportunity to get into the spotlight of Snapdragon Bros. Who knows, maybe a brand looking forward to you and say, oh my god, you're good, you're a great player, you know? And on the other hand, not just Snapdragon Pro Series that we should be thanking, we should be thanking our Monster Energy, because without Monster Energy, I will not have the energy to cast tonight.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to unleash the beast.
Yeah!
Exactly. You need the energy if you want to play those games and play at the top of your game. But also, speaking of games, if you are looking for a partner to help you when it comes to game top-ups, Kachi Shop has your back. So make sure to check out kachishop.com if you're looking to go for those top-ups and maybe you want to spruce up your character in-game. Pick up the newest thing. But speaking of newest thing, our next grouping is going to be B versus C. So while the players get ready, we are going to go for a quick break. But once we get back, we'll jump right into our third game of the night. We'll see you after this, survivors.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and Kachi Shop.
Gotta get it, I'm on the mission, snap any minute, casually winning. Stop tripping on me, stop dissing on me. Yeah, I got a dream, can't take it from me. My fire's burning, I'm always learning. Tell me where to go, man, I'm on a journey. Yeah, I can't explain it, I get excited. Keep it 300, King Leonidas. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
subscribers, and welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series Challenge Season Group Stage. It's day 4 and we finished up our first one group of the day, which means Group A is now going to be sitting on the sidelines. They can have their dinner, they can watch their games, they can maybe even get ready for their games later on, because that means Group B is now going to go up against Group C for the next 2 games. Now, Bunny, we're going to rotate back to Purgatory for our first game, but who are the teams that we're sort of having to look for in these next 2 games? Because we have some teams that are really having to look for points, and then you have other teams that kind of need to gatekeep.
Agreed, definitely. Once we saw how they were during the first game and second game when they fight off with Group A, there are certain teams that we might be able to see or might be looking forward to have that consistency going back into the next round. And I'm looking forward to see if the team of Attack All Round will maintain a great positioning despite they did struggle a little bit. But when we talk about Group C, I mean, look at most of them are right on the left page. We have Heavy, we got EVOS Divine at the 10th place. We got First Raiders Eclipse. We got Team Flash as well as FARANG and King of Gamers Club. Not looking so good for our Group C. But the only team that is from Group C is looking good, but not so good, but yet they are on the left side of the page is SAS ALFAINK. Yet despite they are not at the top 6, at least they are still in the lead to make sure they'll be able to get to the top 6. Hopefully they'll maintain a great position because there's a gap like 20 points for them to chase after Attack All Round.
Well, we also have to remember, right, the teams in Group B have also played 2 games. So we've got 2 games at least for Group C to catch up, and then they'll finish up their games against Group A. And looking at the grouping so far, so let's talk about what's happening up top. EARENA are now only 9 points ahead of NIGMA. Now, EARENA have 2 more games to play. They're playing now. NIGMA will play later. If EARENA want to maintain second place, they have to pick up points now because NIGMA, they're showing up today. You cannot afford to bomb out today. So we'll see if EARENA can make that happen. Attack All Round, another team that hasn't really had a very good day today. They're really wanting to pick up those points. But SES ALFAINK, the Indonesian pride, right now representing the region, doing fantastic. But we might be able to see EVOS Divine make the climb as well. This is another Indonesian team that we need to watch out for. They've been doing pretty well. They haven't been able to catch up with SES, but maybe today could be the day where this team really comes in there and says, hey, we are not just another EVOS team. We are just as good, if not better.
Agree, definitely. And the fact that we are seeing a lot of our Indonesian teams for the first 2 games have been doing well. They have been performing well. We got to give a little bit credit to DEWA as well as MDH. Who would have thought MDH Esports were going to get that booyah? So I hope that motivation, seeing how Indonesian teams from Group A is doing well, the team from Group C definitely will feel the wrath as well as maybe having the motivation to do the same as well. Now, here's the teams that needs to be watched out from Group C and Group B. SES ALFAINK, as we talk about it, they are struggling, but yet at least they are maintaining at the left side of the page. EVOS Divine, the one that you've been talking about, that maybe they want to rise to the top. They want to make sure that their brand is lifted up and being put as a pride as well, because their brother team EVOS Phoenix is doing well at the top place, but Divine, on the other hand, they're struggling. They're right at the edges of that leaderboard. On the other hand, King of Gamers Club. Now, here's the thing. They're at the bottom.
Yeah, it's been really tough, especially compared to some of the other Thai teams. But I think people are looking at them and thinking like, hey, why are they here? Firstly, they deserve to be here because they actually qualified. So for anyone that has any doubts, these teams, they all qualified. So it just proves that the competition has been really tough so far. But I do believe we're almost ready to jump into our first game. But before that, we do want to thank our amazing sponsors for putting this tournament together. So firstly, we've got to unleash the beast here with Monster Energy. Thank you to them for giving us the energy to not only cast the games, but for the players to have the energy to give us some of these amazing games that we've had so far. And it's only been 2 games out of the 6 games that we're scheduled to have for today.
Agree, definitely. 4 more rounds to go that you need to unleash your beast and be the best here tonight inside our SPS Free Fire. On the other hand, something that they need to look forward to, not only just to qualify to the grand finals, the best part that the grand finals will be held right at Jakarta on the 5th, as well well as, on the 4th and the 5th of February next year, 2023. Come on, guys. Grand Finals at Jakarta. That's going to be an awesome treat for every of our players from Free Fire.
Yeah, so make sure you mark your calendars. It's going to be an amazing grand final because we're going to be seeing the top 6 teams for this tournament automatically qualify, and we are going to have another qualifier for the remaining 6. But most important thing we're going to focus on now is Group B versus C for today, and to see what kind of changes we could be seeing on the leaderboard. Now, from the past games that we've had so far, Group B tends to do much better than Group C. Right? I mean, the leaderboard sort of gives us a good idea as to who sort of does well. But I am curious to see what could possibly happen because the teams in Group C, they have started to pick it up. I think they're starting to also figure out what's happening with Group B and how to counter the teams, their rotations. And we've seen a lot of hot drops.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if teams are sort of realizing, like, we kind of need to hot drop some of these other teams to have a chance. Because if they have the equipment, if they have the weapons, then things get a little bit tough from here on out. But Purgatory is on the way. I do believe the players are going to be dropping in just a second. Firstly, to everyone that's watching on some of the other streaming sites, we want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think is going to get the next booyah for this round? Now, I'm going to kind of go in blind here and say that we are probably going to be seeing EVOS Divine pick up the booyah.
On my notes, on the other hand, I think EARENA wants to do a little bit of comeback, you know, because they have been struggling for that first 2 rounds. So I think they need to do something to live up to their own name. And they have been doing well for the 3 days they have been fighting off. And I know for a fact they don't want to lose any more positioning at that top leaderboards. On the other hand, the flight path looking so good. The rest of the teams are already on their own land spot. But which team will be fighting straight away? It seems that we are going to see the heavy team fighting off with VGM.
Yeah, so it looks like V Gaming are going to be able to secure the high tier loot zone because Heavy, they've only sent 2 players in. Although we are going to be watching this other fight here. It is going to be DEWA, and they've actually lost BAM in the process here. So a little unfortunate to lose their player. They're up against FARANG here. Now, FARANG are not in the same compound, so there is absolutely a possibility of DEWA to get out of here. Although it seems like Rain actually dropped away from the team and he's coming back in. So I guess they're saying, guys, we need to regroup. And they might lose another player here. Oh no, he's right under all of these FARANG players. But here we go, Rain might be able to get this one player from FARANG off that hill. It's a King of the Hill battle here, but so far no one is going down. Rain, he's trying to reload, but no, he will go down, unfortunately, to Jazboo. Now we're down to our final player here for DEWA, and if Renz can get out, at least he'll be able to get the revive off. But we can see one of the FARANG players hot on his heels.
Oh my lord. I mean, a little bit of that aggressiveness coming in from FARANG teams, and this is what we're also looking forward to as well, because they haven't been doing well. But moving along to the V Gaming, the ones that were already been seen with the team of Heavy. Shots can be seen, but still not enough to down it. They're going to wait a time, and shots coming through from Bond right here. Dane's down from Anxiety. I thought they were actually going to meet with the Heavy, but turns out they're fighting with Anxiety.
Oh, this is a pretty interesting fight here. 2 players on the side of V Gaming are down, and they are going to go for the revival pad instead. So they forfeited the high tier loot zone. They say, all right, you can have it. We'll give it to you. We want to get our whole team back into this fight. So we'll see 2 of their players revive, hopefully, unless someone decides to crash the party as they possibly see that revive coming through. So back onto Anxiety's point of view, they were able to pick up that 1 kill, and they are going to continue to relocate. But outside of that, it seems like the game sort of calmed down. No more hot drops. We're not seeing any more vulturing. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what really happens here, where the teams are going to be deciding to loot. But Bunny, looking at the map, where are we seeing the most teams so far? Like, what's the density looking like?
I mean, it's scattered actually. Not a lot of teams are sticking together, but this is the team that will be spinning each other right now. We got the KOG meeting off with the X-Pan. Now, 1 player has already been shut down. Osaka trying to fight it off, gonna hold their ground first, looking for positioning, but has already been spotted out by X-Pan Roy. Can they make it through? Looking for the opportunity to fight off, but they're gonna make sure they can fight with 2 players. They're gonna stick together, but unfortunately, no! Nicely done by Roy right there, going straight to our KOG. Shuts down, but no, there's a retreat favor coming in.
Oh, that backstab. Now it's going to be down to Oscar here to try and save his team. Now he was able to get that glue wall down. He wants to get the revive off, but look at Expand. They're just going for the backstab. Who's going to get the final shot? Who gets the lethal shot? It's going to be Oscar. So he can pick up up his team. Where's the rest of Expand?
Oh my god, that's a little bit late game coming in from Expand, despite they already know that the team of King of Gamers was coming in. But now it seems that Expand, are they already been wiped out? I think we are seeing Expand was actually a bit farther away. There's one player,
One of the players. So Cobra is actually at golf course. He is so far away from that fight. So I guess he's going to be trying to aim for that vending machine to pick up his team, but oh, that could have been different if Cobra was there.
I mean, here's the thing. Yes, you want to make sure that you have a great tactic. One player going in for the scouting area, and 3 players have to maintain that manpower. But it's not going to be easy to fight with a full squad,
I'm
right?
looking at the map, and Cobra is running right into Team Flash, and oh god, Attack all round is right next to him as well. So there we go. We're actually seeing Flash shooting at Cobra. I don't think we're going to see it because Cobra gets eliminated. That's going to be it. Expand. Terrible opening for this team. They had not the best games for the first 2 games, and for them to be the first team eliminated in this game, they've got one more game to go. It just, we had a discussion with Husky before the broadcast started, right? And we came to the conclusion that last week Expand didn't do so well. They really needed to make that comeback happen. They're starting to show a couple of inconsistencies, and we can't figure out what's really going on. And it just seems like it's continuing into today's play day. They need to sort of figure out what the issue is with the team. Is it maybe it could be an internal thing? Maybe the team's trying to experiment with different things. It's just that I feel, let's say they are experimenting, I don't know if you want to experiment when you're halfway down the leaderboard. If you're top 6, then sure, maybe you can try some crazy stuff, but oh, this team is struggling.
Yep, definitely. It's really sad day to see Expand doing, when the fact that they are right on the left side of the page, and when the moment that he sees that they're going to be the first team to be wiped out and sent back to the lobby, here on out, we know for a fact they're going to be dropped to the right side of the page. Now, moving to the safe zone, it seems that they are going through... Oh my lord! Okay.
Ooh, we're gonna might be seeing a water circle. Now, for some reason, these seem to be incredibly rare, so I'm looking forward to maybe seeing our first one. I'm not sure if Husky and Victor had a water circle yet. I know I haven't. I've been waiting for it to happen, so my dreams could come true. But we're still looking at a pretty dense lobby. 11 teams are still alive. We've still got 41 players. So anything could really go. But if we take a look at the map so far, so who is in a good position to actually defend this next circle? It looks like right now Attack All Round are sitting next to the river on the eastern side. King of Gamers on the western side, and it seems pretty clear. The only team they have to worry about is FARANG, and then you have Team Flash that might have to fight with EARENA for that bottom domination of that river. So EVOS Divine are very far from the center, so they're going to have to fight through Axis and SES ALFAINK. And the Gaming, they could be an anomaly because they're coming in from the very western side, and there's no teams on that side.
Okay. Here's the thing. We were so confident that the fact that EARENA is going to be very, very comfortable at their own positioning, but turns out somebody's going to knock on the door and say, "Hello, can we join into your island as well?" We got the team of Heavy right here. Are they going to go in for the rush? Because so far right now, we are seeing that the Attack All Round, they are already holding off to the edges of the river, and I like this. It's the fact that they can actually spot out any team who wants to actually cross the area to go into the zone.
It's very open where they are, so they're going to have a pretty easy time spotting out some of these teams. King of Gamers, though, under fire here as Bayo actually spots out one of the players. Saka, unfortunately, probably is going to go down here, and unfortunately, that's going to be it. Osaka is down, although King of Gamers, the rest of the team has arrived. Has Flash maybe taken a little bit more than they can chew? So far, they're in a very good defensive position. Beautiful glue wall, able to keep Bayo alive there, and we're going to continue with the pressure here as Yan Bin gets right into the face of King of Gamers. Now, King of Gamers, almost losing his life there. Oh boy, can they continue with this fight? The King of Gamers, they're not going to end. They're never relenting. JLX is going to go down. Oscar, can he actually make this play happen? He needs to make it work, but no, he will go down. Lethal shot going in favor of Team Flash, and nobody on Flash has gone down. No downs, no deaths. King of Gamers big disadvantage.
Oh, nicely done. A great positioning. That defense-wise was just amazing coming in from Team Flash. But King of Gamers, unfortunately, like we said, they have been struggling and they're at the bottom. They need to do something. But I gotta say, this is actually a really good start for them despite they are at the bottom. They had a great runs when they were fighting with the other team just now. But now, when they meet off with the powerful team, it's not looking so good. And I have to say that this is something that we looking forward to see if the zone is going to be on their side now. Moving towards right now, we see that EVOS will be meeting off with the Anxiety. But FARANG.
Jesbu, don't get spotted. Just hide Jesbu. I think they know where he is. Oh dear. Just hide that. They spotted Jesbu. Goes for the time turner. Can he try and get these lethal shots in? No. FARANG eliminated there by SES ALFAINK, the leaders for Indonesia. Now we're going to switch on over here to the other Indonesian team, EVOS Divine, who are currently under fire. They attack all round, now going in for the Vulture plays. They're going to gatekeep these teams, prevent them from coming into that circle. On the other side, the King of Gamers actually getting a kill onto one of the DEWA players. That's a surprise because King of Gamers, did they get any revives off? Because last we heard there was one player left remaining, but now switching over to EVOS Divine. They're fighting on the hill here, and so far it's going to be coming down to Beyond. Now, Anxiety, is this the last player left on the side of Anxiety? It looks like it is. Oh no. Can he get the shots? Nah, that's going to be it. Konoha down, and Anxiety going to finish in 10th place.
Nicely done by EVOS Divine. What a great put-out gameplay coming in, fighting off at the edges of the zone, knowing for a fact that they stick together, corner out each of the players, and on the other hand, the zone is going to give even more pressure, but they need to get in. Can they make it through, as the fact that they will actually meet with Attack all round as well, while they are going to gatekeep. Here on out, moving into the EARENA right here. They are meeting off with the team of Attack all round as well right here. Going to throw a little bit of grenade to the side of Heavy. Can they make it through?
No, I think there's only 2 players for Heavy here, and they've actually managed to get one of them down. Oh no, that's going to be it. Heavy were a little bit too heavy this round. Attack all round, going all out with the aggressive play, but actually we're starting to see some players fly in. This is going to be EVOS Divine. Now, EVOS, they do have some players moving forward. Unfortunately, they have a couple sitting on that bridge, and it's going to be very hard to get onto that safe zone on ground. So if EVOS want to make this happen, they need to get some knocks down, or they need to safely get their team over. So they are leapfrogging everybody. And Attack all round also showing a lot of respect to the teams. They're not just going to sit there and take the damage. But now EVOS, they're going to try and wrestle their way through Attack all round. But one of the players on Attack all round do go down. EVOS, 3 players down on the side of Attack. EVOS are making the break. No one goes down. And Attack all round are going to die all round.
They turned the whole thing around. Amazing job. Attack all round was the one who actually gatekeep, but EVOS Divine just comes back alive and shuts them down easily. But on the other hand, right here, Alpine coming in for the fight. Can they make it through? Nope. It's the end because they take that sweet positioning, the right time. Alpine just say like, oh, are you guys done with fighting with the team? Now we're coming in to clear you out already.
Oh my gosh. SES came in, they were just like, Ma'af, this is our game. I'm sorry, Indonesia. No. There's only one Indonesian team that can make top 6, and that's going to be us. Now we're down to 5 teams left here. Bunny, 15 players remaining, and so far it's looking really good here for EARENA. They have Limit sitting in this watchtower here, helping to spot for the team. They've got 1 player left on the side of DEWA. It's Rain, and he's crouching to survive, and so far it is working. But no, he will go down. Beautiful shots there coming out from Purgatory. Now it's going to be down to Flash on the western side, and then coming in from the top, we have SES ALFAINK. 13 players remaining here. Actually, there's one more team. Who is that in the top left corner? Is that King of Gamers? Hello?
Yeah, it is. That's one King of Gamers who's been hiding at the edges of the zone.
Kevin.
Oh my god.
Kevin, if he can continue just creeping his way in, he might get those placement points in for the team. So I'm really excited here.
I mean, nobody suspected. Nobody even spot him out. So we can say, oh no, I'll find. Jojo was taken out.
Kevin did it. Kevin was like, no, this is our kill. We're going to stop you. SES. Look, Kevin got enough. Kevin got Jojo. Kevin.
Oh my god.
Kevin, what are you doing? You one-man army. And while this is happening, EARENA are getting rid of the competition. They're fighting against Flash. And Flash are crouching. They are crouching in the circle.
Oh my god, this is so interesting. 4 teams still surviving, and each one of them is just taking one bite to each other. Now, Kevin has already spotted out. Ray, come on. Ray already spotted him out. That information was given. One player coming through. They're going to go in for the fight with Kevin. That's the reason why you shouldn't actually expose yourself, and Kevin will be shut down straight away. On the other hand, right here, we got 3 more teams to go. ALFAINK just going to close it off. Spotted out the team Flash, shooting to their side, but still not going to be enough. They're going to throw a little bit. They're gone!
The grenade coming in from EARENA. Kevin single-handedly denying SES ALFAINK this Booyah, which means it's now going to be down to Team Flash going up against EARENA. Now Flash, they will be able to pick up that BA, but he goes down right away. And look at this, EARENA rushing right at Team Flash. They say, this is our game. We don't care. And they get it, Bunny. They get the Booyah. EARENA, make that comeback happen.
Nicely done. This is what we were asking for. We knew that EARENA was going to actually go in for the comeback. They had been struggling 2 rounds, and they felt bad fighting with the Group A, and now they actually, with Group B, and now when they fight off with Group C, they take this opportunity to say that, hey, this is it. Let's get it on. Let's push our team back to the right positioning inside the leaderboard. Nicely done.
Look, it's... SES ALFAINK are gonna be slapping themselves after this game. They got single-handedly dismantled by Kevin. Who, on King of Gamers, give this man a promotion. Give him a medal, a ribbon, dinner. I don't care what you do. If it wasn't for him, there might have been a really good opportunity for SES to get the Booyah there, but because he was able to keep them busy, it gave an opening to EARENA to reposition, put themselves in that circle, and then they pressured SES because Kevin, he got that 1 kill by himself, which means you only had 3 players left on SES.
Agreed, definitely. And not only that, the fact that SES was actually a little bit preoccupied and they want to push in. They either want to go in for the fight with EA or they want to go in with the Flash, but knowing that Kevin was already on their guard and say like, no, we're gonna get that person out, he's actually a little bit slithering to our side. It's a little bit messy on the side. Now here's the highlight for that round just now. It started out with V Gaming when they were actually fighting off. There was 3 teams. They got Heavy, they got X-Pan, and it was just a hazard at that moment. And here now, this is the question that we were asking, why? It could have been a great wipe out coming in from Team X-Pan if it wasn't for Cobra being so far away from the team members.
Yeah, I just think in that situation, it felt like Expand maybe were a little bit too confident going into that fight, because we know Expand, they're very mechanically gifted players. They're really good when it comes to those team fights. I just didn't think I think they didn't think, excuse me, that they weren't going to be able to get that final hit in, because normally they're very confident and normally they land their shots. It was just that one time that it didn't. And without Cobra there to be able to back the team up, they just lost the entire, well, not the entire roster, but they sort of lost everyone except for Cobra. And then Cobra got eliminated too, so the team was sort of out of the equation. So Expand, it's been a really tough day. For anyone that's cheering for Expand, they're going to have to really pick it up for this next game. Now, speaking of the teams that are not doing so well this round, V Gaming, not that great. This was another team that was actually sitting on the left side of that leaderboard. They looked really good. But unfortunately, not so great for their first game, but of course there is plenty of opportunities for them to come back because they've got 3 more games to go. But EARENA, they redeem themselves. That's the most important thing.
Agreed, definitely. I mean, most of the teams right now who is at the left side and those who are at the right side, it's going to be a little bit of switch from the sides, and that's going to give a little bit more moral boost for the teams, and they're going to say, hey, there's going to be another chance. There will be more opportunities, as this is only the day number 4. So knowing for a fact there's a switch, possibility of that switch from one side to another side, teams are more vicious, more hunger to actually get those win. And EARENA, on the other hand, denies it, saying that no, we're still gonna maintain a great positioning. That 2 rounds was wrong. It was not supposed to happen. But great job for this 3rd round. EARENA with the first Booyah of the day with 25 points. ALFAINK, on the other hand, finally gets
19
the groove.
points.
Yeah, got a groove finally for this day, that round 3.
It was their first game today, and to start with 19 points, this is great. I mean, all they want to do really is just get back to where they were at the beginning of today, right? I think they were sitting in 5th place on there?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, sorry, 6th place. 2 points below Sem9. So I think if they're just able to make it back to top 6 after their games today, you'd be pretty happy. But we are going to show the featured team on the screen in just a second. I'm pretty sure it's EARENA. Like, especially after that game, they was just so dominant. They got the majority of the kills, placements. I mean, it was just a flawless game for this team. We didn't see them accidentally dying. We didn't see them make any mistakes. It's just when EARENA are on point, they're on point.
Yep, definitely. Positioning wise, definitely goes out to EARENA. They know how to tackle out the moment they want to go in for the rush, the positioning, and the gunfight as well. But here's the thing. Yes, I want to give a lot of credits to the side of EARENA as the fact that they got the booyah. But
yeah,
I gotta say, the one highlight that should be given credit where it's due is Flash.
Yes, I think
that
Flash
was so beautiful when they fight with the Kings of Gateway. Despite it was not a full clear wiped out, but that positioning when they were fighting, right timing to put out all those glue wall and pushing towards to the King of Gamers, and the total wrapped out. If it wasn't for that one player just trying to run away, they could have actually get that 4 kills straight away.
Look, I wonder if maybe it worked out in their favor. The fact that Kevin managed to get away and he was the one that denied SES, you know, maybe Flash wouldn't have gotten second place. Maybe they were going to get fourth instead. So I think, you know, if you're Flash, I think you'd be pretty happy with
that. Definitely. Oh my god.
Sometimes you just got to let things happen, and even though you don't get those full 4 players, it might work out. But if you're in the game, you won't know that because you don't get to see who's actually dying to who. So
yes, definitely.
But afterwards, the coach will just be like, hey, you left that player, but he helped you, so it's okay. Speaking of help, we are going to help the teams a little bit get into our final game for Group B versus C. So while they're getting ready to jump into that next game, we are going to go for a short break. So as always, if you have to grab a drink or go to the toilet, do so now, because once you get back, we'll jump right into game number 4.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and Kachi Shop.
Hello, my name is AXT Canojo from Team Anxiety from Philippines, and I am the team captain. There's a lot more like other regions, other teams from a different regions, not just from the NCP. So I think it will be tougher because they have different play styles that we didn't encounter before. First, there are more teams that will play more on placement because they don't know the other team's strategy. So I think they will play for the placement first. So it's hard to go to inside the zone. I mean, I think we have our own meta. We don't copy other teams. For example, the character skill. We have our own character skill. We don't copy what the other players. We play on local tournaments to prepare. We'll play like 5 to 10 games before the actual tournament. I think the previous champion, like PAN, the SEM9, KOG, AAA, and NIGMA Galaxy, because they are so good, like they know everything, like they know how to rush, they know how to manage the placement, the positioning on the map. We will be playing more on the placement, and we will just rush if there is a good opportunity. We will not take the chance to rush if the situation is not good. To our opponents, I hope you won't underestimate us, just because we are the only Philippine team in this tournament. I hope you prepare for us too, because we are good, just like you.
Welcome to the place where dreams come true, where everything you want can be yours, if and only if you're willing to work for them, you're willing to hurt for them, but most of all, you're willing to be first for them. Ha! Look, I'm going straight to the top. I don't know how I would stop, like it or not. I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting? It's hot. Look what I got. Whole lot of passion and pain. The road to success is insane. Stay out my lane, cause I'm on a mission. I'm getting what stands in my way. Yeah, I'm a beast. I wouldn't play with me, baby. The way that I'm training is crazy, and I do it daily. You wanna talk about drive? I got more drive than Mercedes. I've never been lazy. I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete? Well, get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex.
Hello survivors and welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series. We've finished up 3 games today, which means we've got 3 more to go, and also the last game for the teams in Group B and C. At least for this round. Group C are going to play 2 more games against A after this, but this is the final game for teams in Group B. So if it's time to make a mark, it's got to be now, because you're not playing any more games after this. And Bunny, out of the teams in Group B that really need to pick up those points, who do you feel like really need to end with a bang? Because we know some of the teams in Group B really struggled today.
Yep, definitely. And EARENA has doing well for the second round, or should I say for the third round, and this is going to be the last one for them. And knowing for a fact, at least they get at least 1 booyah for the day. That's going to give a little bit of motivation for themselves to maintain at that top leaderboard. On the other hand, here's the thing. DEWA, they have been doing a good runs from the beginning of the rounds, right, with Group A. But somehow for Group C, they are struggling. And I was looking forward to see even more sustainable consistency from them. But yet when they push fighting off with the team Group C, they are struggling. But on the other hand, I think Team Flash, here's the thing. I know for a fact that we keep on giving the credits to the EARENA, but I want to give another note yet again. Flash was amazing when they fight, despite living Kevin, king of gamers, behind and making him as the one and all survivor for that last zone. But yet that positioning was amazing. If they can keep that great rotation and positioning and fighting off for this next round, which is the last round for Group B, it might be a good time for them to keep up and come back alive for that top leaderboard.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if the teams in Group B are going to be able to at least finish on a high note, or maybe, just maybe, Group C is going to come out of the woodworks and say, like, guys, you have underestimated us, because that's sort of what's happened right now, right? Like, we actually saw a number of teams in Group C really overperform. I think a lot of us casters, we kind of we didn't respect enough, or at least give enough respect to the teams in Group C. So they've done a fantastic job going up against the teams in Group B. I'm really looking forward to Group A and C. I did say at the beginning, I think that those 2 groups together, really, really exciting to watch. But we'll have to let the team sort of do the talking and be like, hey, we're going to be the ones to finish the groups. How are things going to sort of end? But I want to talk about 2 teams in particular. We saw SES, ALFAINK, as well as EVOS Divine, both Indonesian representatives. SES denied the chance for Divine to possibly make it any higher. They sort of kicked down their Indonesian brothers. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to kill everybody. But EVOS Divine are actually making a pretty good comeback on that leaderboard. They're picking up some good points, and we actually might see 2 Indonesian teams make it to top 6. And I think that would be pretty interesting, considering that they're also both in Group C.
Definitely.
They're fighting each other for these points.
Definitely. And the fact that EVOS Divine was able to push from that top 10 now going into 9th place, it's a miracle to see how they're doing well, performing well for the first game of the night. And hopefully it will maintain, because as we said already, they will meet with Group A in the end as well. So the thing about Group A is that Group B as well, and the fact that we know for when they fight off with Group B, there will be some unsustainable fight, and the consistency of that, their own fighting power when it comes to the next two last rounds is not gonna be as good as they are right now. So hopefully it's still maintained. On the other hand, the teams that needs to be watched out right here, we got Sam9, King of Gamers, as well as EVOS Divine. Yep, yes, definitely EVOS Divine is something that we are looking forward to, as the fact that they have been doing well so far for the round number 3, and they will hopefully, as we already talked about it, that maybe they will bring a great brand to themselves and saying that, hey, we are just as good as our brothers.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing groups A and C after this, but I think we kind of have to sort of shift our gears and reverse back to B and C, because we're not at A and C yet. Okay, let's just calm down. But I am keen to see what happens, because we are going to be jumping into Alpine. I do believe we are almost ready to go. Yes, all the players are in the lobby. We're just sort of waiting to jump into the map. But I want to hear your prediction, Bunny. Like, after seeing that game on Purgatory, who do you feel like has the best chance of getting the booyah for this round?
I'm all out for EARENA.
EARENA?
Seriously, because the fact that if they can maintain a great positioning as they did before, and the fact that a great, massive, passive-aggressive that they have done so far, they might be able to maintain a great positioning and maybe actually get back the positioning they did before, you know? So something that is looking forward to. What about you?
I like going for the underdogs because the surprise factor, but also it's like, it's nice to see them do well. So, gosh, I'm just thinking, who do I want? I did EVOS Divine last round. I think I'm going to probably have to give it to SES ALFAINK. I feel like they are also technically one of the top teams in this group, but I just feel like the consistency from SES, it just really shows when they play their games. Like, we don't see them finishing towards the bottom of the rankings. They're either in the middle or they're top 3. So SES, you're going to have my money this time. I'm scared I'm going to jinx them. So for any of our fans that are watching and cheering for SES, the Indonesian fans, please don't sue me if they don't do well, okay? Because I have the exact same faith as you. So
no, they won't feel that way. They will feel like, oh, Danny is giving a great motivation, and it's like, oh my God, okay, this is a great moral boost coming in from a caster believing in us. When someone believes in us, we can do it.
Please don't let me jinx them. I'm so scared now. Sometimes I don't like cheering for teams too, because it's like, as soon as you're like, oh, this team's gonna win, and all of a sudden the plane just crashes, and you're just like, oh gosh, I ruined their chances of winning. Oh no, what have I done? I'm bad luck. You know, I don't like being that unlucky chump, but we'll have to see, right? It really also comes down to the players, because sometimes you feel like you jinx them, but really, maybe another team has a really good day. Maybe luck is on their side. Maybe they dropped in the right position. And then you also have the obvious one, right, where teams get surprised, they have a drive-by, all of a sudden they're getting shot at, and it was like, boom, you're dead because you didn't scout out the area before you went there, which we did see earlier today in Group A and B. So yeah, really, it's going to be down to the players and how they approach the game.
Definitely.
But I want to know, are we going to keep going with this very slow play style? Because when we started off the league, everything was so fast. The Thai teams were just going for kills back to back to back. The rounds were ending so quickly. Everyone was dropping like flies. And now it's really slowed down, Bunny.
Yeah, definitely. And the fact that every single time we see the positioning of the teams and the circle as well, everybody is scattered. It's either one or two teams are meeting each other. The rest is just not meeting each other yet until the zone pushes them. And this is something that we're a bit scared. And we know for a fact that once the zone is closing in and you actually had to fight off at that last zone, it's going to be very messy. Now, here's the thing. We're moving in already for our round number 4. Right in on for Alpine. All right, jumping has already been done by our team Flash as well as EVOS. Oh, is it? Sorry, X-Ban. And it seems that they're actually heading to the same place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So these two teams going to go for a hot drop, but look at the bottom section, the high tier loot zone. It's going to be heavy going up against attack all around. So we'll have to see who wins that fight.
Oh, okay. Two teams already seen at the same spot. On the other hand, the rest of the location, will we see another two teams who is going to attack out? But
down.
All right. We are seeing Heavy is already going in for the Rise to fight off with the attack all round. Let's see, they got one kill so far, now pushing towards the side of attack all round, does not spot anyone, and we can see Fudai is still struggling, trying to figure out how to actually fight it off. Gonna maintain first, now attack all round is already going into their positioning. They gotta get ready to fight off already.
Yeah, Heavy's playing very defensive. They're trying to stay within the compound, and attack all round are the ones that are fighting outside. I don't know if they got a revive up, I don't believe they do, but on the other side, King of Gamers are actually getting eliminations onto FARANG, so both of these teams, Flash has gone again! Flash, okay, if I'm not mistaken, they went down in Snowfall. They went up against Expand. So, Flash, this is the third time that they've actually been eliminated in last place again, right?
Oh my lord. Flash. Why? I mean, like every single time they try to do the hot spot and they want to actually contest it out, ended up going to the other side. They're not having that Lady Luck money on them for tonight. And on the other hand, right here, we're still maintaining at the attack all round and pushing towards to the side of FARANG and DEWA at this moment. They have 3 players maintained, and Rain's on, sorry, is it Rain or Bams? I think it's Bams actually. And he's actually still holding out his ground.
He's hiding.
He's hiding, yep, definitely. You don't want to be spotted out by FARANG. 3 players. It's not going to look so good as the manpower is lessened out for the side of the team DEWA.
Yeah, don't move, don't breathe, don't get spotted. Because remember, right, as long as you've got one player alive and you can find a vending machine or a revive platform, you can bring the team back. So he's going to have to try and play as sneaky as possible. We do have the revive there for FARANG, so I wonder, has he spotted? No, okay, no, he's in the compound. It's fine. Bams is in the compound. It is okay. So we'll have to see if he's going to survive. But yeah, already right off the bat, Team Flash out of the picture. And we're looking at one of the last players alive. But you know what else is happening? High tier loot zone, we still have a tackle round going up against Heavy. And actually EARENA are wanting to stick their nose into that business as well. I don't think we're... Okay, we are going to look into this now. So Heavy has lost one of their players. Oh boy, these teams do not want to leave. Now... is EARENA going to bring in the entire team? Because we see that one player. One player is there, and he's actually going to be showing himself. He actually was able to take one of the players down from attack all round. So Purgatory being a pain in the backside, Heavy does get eliminated. So now it's going to be this one player from EARENA against attack all round.
Nicely done, just in the nick of time. He just comes along for a party and then he takes down the last player from Heavy. But
they're all going
here's the thing. He is inside the compound of attack all round. They know for a fact there was a fight, but
Team versus 3.
They already prepared to fight with the next team who is right around the area. Hear it out. 2 players doing in the fan in the moment, coming in for the time turner, but does not get it yet. Now pushing through into the building, trying to do a little bit of backstab. Can he get it done? He gets it done!
He got jump god! EA! 2 players are, well, not single-handedly, double-handedly able to eliminate an entire team by themselves. So now we're down to the last player from attack all round. For promotion. Give these players on EARENA a promotion for the fact that they were able to come in. Perfect moment, finish off Heavy, completely take out attack all round, because you know what else is going to happen after this? You've managed to take these 2 teams down. You have the high tier loot zone.
Okay, Folky has already been spotted out. Now Folky trying to run away. The fan has been open, but on the other hand, 2 players already knowing the location is not looking so good. You're going to be cornered out, unfortunately. Folky, no, this is not the right path. Shutting down. He gets it! He gets it! He gets 1! But on the other hand, 1 player coming through. EA Purgatory, come on. You got to be the one to actually back things up. Oh, shut up coming into as well. Now here's one of the prominent team as well. The 1 player that will be able to stick the ground and revenge for the teammate. Can he get it done? 2 players maintaining the ground at the moment, looking for Folky. We got Limit coming in for the rise. Shots coming through, but no! It is shut up. Say shut up, boy. Shut up, boy. There you are. We have the attack all round shuts down already by the EARENA.
Oh, that's going to be pretty shocking for attack all round, because this is their last game for today. So that's not going to be any more points going into their pocket. This team is basically done up until tomorrow. So pretty disappointing. I mean, I thought it was going to be good for attack all round, right? Like Heavy went down, they were going to have the high tier loot zone, they could go into the next phase safely, but It's teams like EARENA where they come in, play hyper aggressive, catch these teams with their pants down, and then they're able to pick up the rewards themselves. Switching on over here, we do have Anxiety. They're going to take a vehicle, well, at least they're going to have everyone sit in a lovely little car, maybe go for some sightseeing. Where's Grab? 5-star Grab service. We'll find out in just a second because they drive by Farang. And on the western side, it's SES ALFAINK. So I don't know if this is a good decision here for Anxiety, because if they get caught with any of their vehicles going down, this team could get sandwiched. They actually go right into SES ALFAINK.
Okay, this is not looking so good. I mean, like, I'm not sure what... Oh, there you are. We're about to say it. And now, meeting off with the team of C's ALFAINK. Shutting down Showmai. Got Toby already been taken down. Now left with one more player. Anxiety, you're bringing me Anxiety as well. Now shuts down straight away. Anxiety, unfortunately, has also been taken out as well.
Oh, the pain. The pain for Anxiety. This is another team that's really looking to pick up those points to climb up that leaderboard, and now going to be denied by one of the top teams.
But we still have one more player. Now, here's the thing. He was away from every single player that he's going to be the one who's to survive, and he still has the opportunity to raise up for the team members.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I mean, that was a mistake coming in from Anxiety, and they need to learn it fast, quick for this last round. On the other hand, we are seeing that EVOS is coming up for the team of Xpan too fast, right in the front to lead it off. On the other hand, Airbags is just gonna crawl through with the vehicle coming in.
Does he want to try and go for a road
He's gonna
kill?
hit. He's gonna hit and run.
Okay.
Can he get it? Can he get it?
No. Too Fast went down. Yeah, so Too Fast is down. He will finally get picked off there by Mr. 5 and a straight buyback Rexroy. He's like, nah, you're coming back into this game, brother. So it's still going to be 4v4, but unfortunately Too Fast is coming back naked. So he's not going to be in the best position to try and go for this fight. So Expand looking to back off. They're going to rejoin their teammate, and maybe they can re-engage into EVOS tonight. We'll find out what happens later on, but yeah, they're going to group up. They've got a crate for him as well. They're like, all right, fam, take the stuff. Take the stuff. Make sure you got something. We're going to go back into this fight, brother.
Yes, as the zone is closing in at the moment right now, it seems that most of the teams are already very comfortable inside the zone. They don't need to worry about anything, as the zone is... everyone is actually at the edges of the zone, so they don't need to bother. On the other hand, the one who's actually will be meeting with the team, it could be Farang, because we still see Bams right there being silently all alone.
Don't move.
I'm the only one here, and nobody spots me at all. I need to survive for DEWA.
I love how... maybe I don't love it. Farang is still there, right? Like, Bams has just been waiting. Although, you know who else has not been waiting? SES ALFAINK, because Ray actually got knocked down there. Luckily, he was able to be picked up. Anxiety, I think that's the last player on the side of that team as well. So, DEWA, unfortunately, going to lose his life here. Yep, he falls down. Elimination goes to Bara as well. So SES looking pretty good so far. 4 players still alive, 4 kills to their name, and seems like they are well on their way to maybe picking up that booyah as we watch Farang here just scouting out the area. But King of Gamers is actually to the northern side of that circle, so we might see some action if Farang do decide to continue going in that area. But Too Fast, he's back in the front lines. He's like, it's okay, guys, I already died. I don't mind dying again. But interesting choice. I love how EVOS have just got that one player on the bike just going out there. He's like, in case I get the road kill, you know, it's okay. It's all right. I don't mind.
Doing anything. Just try to get any tactic to just get a kill. But on the other hand, right here, we can see that EVOS is finally shooting to the side of Xpan. We got ABAX looking to the side of Too Fast. But grenade throws out. It's going to give a lot of pressure to the side of Xpan. Can he get it done? Can he get it done? Nope, it's not enough to actually push through. But on the other hand, grenade to both of their side as well. Now, Beyond will be pushed out by 2 players. Now, he cannot hold to that stone anymore longer because they're coming in. They're going in for the rush now. Beyond gonna fight, but he's able to retreat it out. 2 players coming in. He's able to take down 1 player. On the other hand, right here, Xpan expanding themselves to expose to the side of EVOS, and Divine is already prepared to fight off.
It's basically all down to Cobra, and unfortunately he's gonna he will be able to get the knock, but Cobra, he also gets taken down here by Bjorn, so EVOS are gonna be able to get the pickup. So it really just comes down to the Axel at the back there. Can he get the snipes in? But unfortunately that circle is gonna have to start pushing him in. But look at this. EARENA are coming into this fight as well. EVOS, they thought they were safe. They thought they could get the pickup. They will be able to fly out of there with one of their players, Sam, able to get out. But it looks like we might actually say goodbye to Bjorn. Wait, he went down. EVOS Diviner out.
Oh my lord, EA coming in, fighting off straight away at that third-party engagement. Moving along to the team of FARANG, they are fighting off with the SAS ALFAINK, shooting down one of two players. It's not enough, but at the moment right now, they're putting in position now. And you can see that Jemba going away from the positioning, trying to scout the area. But on the other hand, they are going to gatekeep the zone. Jemba, unfortunately, will be shut down as well.
They're taking too much damage. And look at this, SES are so healthy. They took no damage from this fight at all. So they're going to easily take down FARANG. And King of Gamers wanting to stick their nose in where they don't belong now. Will King of Gamers be able to grab some kills? Because SES, they're not healthy. They did take damage. But it comes down to whether or not they can get those shots in. And so far, unsuccessful. They've able to heal back up SES, so they will lose Jojo in the process. Now, we do have JLX sitting behind that tower, getting some pretty big shots in. Oh, no, Jojo down again. They can pick him up, but they do manage to get the knocks, and that's going to be it. Oscar goes down, King of Gamers eliminated, but they also showed their positioning because we see V Gaming on the other side shooting at SES now, and Barra goes down on the other side of the blue zone.
Okay, now they're going in
look at
straight
this hot.
to just flip off to the other side of the zone. EA on the other hand, meeting off with the anxiety. One player left. Argus shuts down all the way, killing spree for the side of EARENA. But on the other hand, right here, they are fighting with the SAS ALFAINK, shutting down SAS ALFAINK straight away.
Oh, jeez. It's looking pretty bad for the Indonesian squad, but everyone's going to come flying in now. So now it comes down to whether or not EARENA can kill the competition because they're leading with 13 kills. Everyone hiding in the compounds. We've got V Gaming sharing that building there with anxiety, but it's only Konohu sitting on the top there. Now EARENA sending two players in. They've got one player on the outside, and they're going to try and storm this building. Pick up kills, knock out bodies. They might be able to get it. They do get the pick up there onto Barn. Oh no, it just seems every team that runs into EARENA is going to go down. Oh, Boite! He goes down on the side of V Gaming, and now it's down to Bingsu, the last player alive, hiding behind a rock.
4 more teams to go, and EARENA is on fire. I mean, I didn't expect that. I knew that they were gonna be very fearless for this last round, but didn't expect it was gonna be even more terrible. Now here on out, right here, we got anxiety.
It's basically only one player left for all of these teams. We've got the Axel on the side of Expand. We've got Bingsu on the outer side there, and I forgot who. I think it's Konohu. Yeah, he's sitting in the sitting in the building. So advantage right now is in favor of Konohu. He is in the correct building. The Axel needs to safely get in, but there's no building that's going to give him safety. And Bingsu, now Bingsu was outside the circle. He was not in a compound, so he does get spotted. Can we see some insane sniper plays? Because look at this, EARENA, they're looking, they're just like, where is everybody? Where are all these people?
They're literally just scouting everyone, throwing a lot of grenade. No, nobody is there, EARENA. Wrong place to be looking for the enemy.
There's one chance. If Konohu and the Axel team up to slowly pick off the players on EARENA, right? But they're by themselves. And the Axel, he got spotted. Which means it's now down to Konohu. Now, can Konohu do some crazy stuff? Can he get some of these headshots?
All right, he's all alone building. That's not the wrong building, that's the wrong building. But Protege now trying to scout each and every building around the area. They can see that Protege coming in. He's going up to the rooftop. He's got that one. He shots it out. But with the backup, nicely done by Shut Up. EARENA takes again the booyah for this round.
Well, I think this is the perfect way to end the day here for EARENA. They secure amazing games for their last 2 games of the day, which means they're going to be in a very comfortable spot on that leaderboard. Yes, they're not going to get first place, or very unlikely to get first place, but at least they'll be able to knock out that second place. I mean, look, did you see the players still flexing? They're just like, oh yeah, we dominate this group. But EARENA, they just seem to be on a completely different level compared to the competition here for Group C.
Definitely. I mean, I already expected. I was really looking forward to see EARENA doing a really good comeback for the third and the fourth round as well. But to see so much kill points been put out by EARENA, they go from one team to another team. First off, it started out with the V Gaming. No, sorry, it was not V Gaming. It was out with, if I'm not mistaken,
the first fight.
Yeah, the first two fights that we expected. It was going to be Heavy as well as the side of the one that was actually been taken out by Heavy. I'm kind of lost there, yeah. we're lost already because there was so much of that third-party engagement coming in from EARENA, getting one kill after another kill. They just go where it goes. It's like, remember when NIGMA Galaxy was doing the same rotation?
Yes.
Always look for the third-party engagement. If you hear any shots coming through, that is where EARENA comes through. And that was it. That was just amazing. EARENA coming through when the players of Expand was already exposed with the EVOS Divine.
Yeah. I feel with EARENA, I'm not sure your opinion, so if you feel free to disagree, I feel like you need a team like NIGMA Galaxy to shut down EARENA, right? Because EARENA so far, they're dominating because there's no team that's been able to compete with them face to face, head to head. It's been really difficult because it's just been EARENA winning fight after fight after fight, taking everyone's loot, upgrading, and basically just going into the late game as unkillable gods.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? 31 points.
Oh my god. That was amazing.
Wow.
Seriously. This is the rounds that definitely we have to give the shout out to EARENA. Not just the booyah, the engagement, the kill points. It was just the right timing and the right positioning, man. Seriously.
Yep, exactly. So EARENA going to be happy with their games after this. I mean, it was a little bit scary against Group A, right? They really struggled, but they were able to make the comeback happen. So EARENA going to be happy with themselves. SES ALFAINK. Now, this team, they sort of finished in the middle of the pack, right? But they were able to make the comeback happen because they got the 9 kills. This is where, especially when you have one team sort of hogging everything, where kills become really important because it can save you from just finishing in the middle of the pack to possibly managing to get second place, which is what really happened. This round was really weird too because if you look at all the points that the teams got, it's pretty even up until 8th place, right? You've got 10, 10, 10, 9, 8, and then you've got King of Gamers sitting on 5th place. So lots of points going all around, and the only team really getting the big numbers, EARENA. And I guess SES, they got 15. 15's pretty good too.
I mean, funny thoughts is that we already was rooting for the EARENA as well as SES flank. It could have been either one of that two teams, but turns out both of the teams that we were rooting out, they got top 2. So definitely the Custer prediction is right on point there. Don't worry, there was no jinx right there. On the other hand, EARENA with a great damage, 8,140. I mean, it's not as much as they did compared to the previous one. It was 8,777 from NIGMA Galaxy, but yet when we see how EARENA was doing well to get the most kill points for themselves, I'm definitely saying that they still need to be proud of this rounds.
Yeah. Well, that means we're going to also have to say goodbye to the teams in Group B because they've completed all 4 games today, which means if you're cheering for any of these teams, you're going to have to come back tomorrow to tune into their next set of games. But, and there's a big but, we're going to be welcoming back Group A. So now we're going to be jumping into my favorite grouping, which is Group A against Group C, because this is where you get the real crazy shenanigans. Now, maybe we could be wrong. We're not 100% sure how the teams in Group C are going to react to Group A, but we've seen some pretty crazy stuff happen with these two groups.
Agree, definitely. I mean, and the best part is I think that tonight it's way different compared to how it was for the 3 days that has been running around. Some of the things that we're struggling is doing well tonight, and I'm really impressed. Like, Indonesian is rising to the top, but on the other hand, and I feel like maybe the rest of the team who's not doing so well, maybe tonight will be the redemption night for themselves.
It could be.
It could be. And on the other hand, it's not just a redemption for the teammates. It's also a way for us to say thank you to our sponsors, Snapdragon Pro Elite Gaming. They have been helping us to put out a great platform for the players to win, because when winning is matters, it's all about the Snapdragon.
Exactly. And then, of course, you've got Jakarta coming up later on. But we will remind you about that later on, though, because we do need to give a big thank you to Monster Energy for helping us to unleash the beast when we game. Because let's be realistic, if you want to win your games, maybe crack open a monster and it will unleash your inner monster. Now, of course, it's not just Monster Energy. We also need to give a big thank you to Kachi Shop. If you're looking for a reliable partner to help you top up in your games, take a look no further, because Kachi Shop has your back. Check them out if you're looking to make any purchases in the next coming days. Now, we are going to let the players sort of have a short break before we jump into game number 5. So that's also a cue for you guys to have a break. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll see you after this.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and Kachi Shop.
They don't want it with me. You got a problem with me? Love, you don't want it with me. Man, you won't ever stop me. Who y'all really got a problem with? Who y'all really trying to solve it with? Who don't really like the sound of this? Who come with me getting down to this? You better step back, get your neck cracked, get laid down where you best step. Better check that with a fresh map. Get lost now with no extract. Like, look, that's all me. Got my number, don't call me. We eating up, that's all beef. You freezing up, that's y'all's team. Cause we don't really lose no more. All about heating up, leaving that cold. You can see me heating up, killing that show. I ain't about giving up, no. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Look, you got a problem with me. Look, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you never gonna stop me. Ay, sound the alarm. We about to go on. You getting it wrong. Time to go off. Can't hold us back. Truth hurts, you always that. My truth lurks, say y'all collapse. Now scoop first where your homies at. Come my team with me right now. My team's on me right now. But what you mean y'all out? It's time to weed y'all out. Okay, we coming back with a vengeance. Time to go start your engines. that? Where your crew at? Y'all can't do that. Nah, where your crew at? Love, man, cause now you alone. Yeah, get out of my zone, man. Cause now you alone. Love, get out of my zone. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Love, you gotta cry with me. Love, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you're never gonna stop me. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Love, you gotta cry with me. Love, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you're never gonna stop me.
Hello survivors and welcome back to the Fire Snapdragon Pro Series. We are jumping into our second last game of the day, which means it's Group A versus C. If you're cheering for any of the teams in these two groups, I'm going to say right off the bat, you're going to be in for an exciting best of two series. Well, it's not really best of two. We've just got two games. The teams are just going to try and pick up points. But we're also sort of in a position where the teams in Group B can now only watch and see what happens, right? Like you're sort of praying that some teams do well and some teams do bad because they want to try and maintain their position if possible. Speaking of position, here is the current leaderboard. Now, keep in mind that there is going to be a lot of room for change because all the teams in Group B have completed their games. So any teams here from Group B, if they're looking pretty good so far, well, they have to sort of pray that for the next two games, the other teams don't take over their place. Now, EARENA had a fantastic time against Group C because they picked up, I think, a total of 50 points. Yep. So it was 24 points for their first booyah and then about 31, I think, for their final booyah. So 50 points. But here's the thing. EVOS Phoenix average 24 points in a round. And the gap between EVOS Phoenix and EARENA is not really that big. So could we see EVOS Phoenix take back first place, or is EARENA going to maintain? Now, on the other side of the leaderboard, you have SES ALFAINK Group C. This is a team that wants to pick up some more points. They've got 2 more games to go. How much higher can they go? But they're also competing against NIGMA Galaxy.
Yes. Oh my god. And they have been fearless the whole night. And look, I'm actually looking forward to see it because 2 rounds has been all rounds for NIGMA Galaxy, and they already had their breaks now. Hopefully the momentum is still alive for the last 2 rounds of competing with the Group C. And
actually, hang on. I want to mention some other teams that we need to watch out for, right? SEM9, 145 points. Really close to SES ALFAINK. Also, they've done really well. And let's not forget MDH. Yes! They did amazing in their first couple games. So we could also see this team making it to top 6. So really, it feels like a free-for-all going into this top 6.
I mean, tonight is just an all night for every single team to just have that great spotlight, you know. Usually it's just biased to the EVOS Phoenix because they have been performing well for 3 days. But tonight, MDH got a spotlight a little bit. NIGMA Galaxy, they might not get the booyah, but engagement-wise, they always get the kills.
They always get the points.
Yeah. That's the best part about it. And hopefully, it will maintain till the next round because 2 more rounds to go. And not only that, I see that from Group C as well, and this is a team that we were talking about that has been doing not so good points from the past 3 days, but for day number 4, FARANG has doing well as well, SAS as well, SAS are fine, and even EVOS Divine finally pushed through from that left page to the right page.
Yeah, so really, this is going to be a free-for-all for everybody, really. But before we jump into our first game for the final 2 games of the day, we do need to give a big thank you to our amazing sponsors for making this tournament happen. So firstly, big thank you to Snapdragon Elite Gaming, because when winning matters, you know who to look for, because they were also the ones that were putting together the tournament. It gave the teams a platform to train, to better themselves, to compete, a platform for us viewers to see the best of all the regions going up against each other. love it. And I really do hope that we're going to be seeing more tournaments like this in the future from Snapdragon.
Definitely. And we got to say thank you because for the grand finals, it's going to be a big, massive event at Jakarta. And that's something to look forward to when it comes to not just the idea of seeing all the best team colliding with each other, competing at the same spot, but we'll see a great, massive meet and greet, and all the players as well as the viewers, they have their fan base and they might be able to say, hi, Idols, I'm voting you for so long, and finally able to meet with those who have been raising to the top and doing a great job for their brands' names.
Yes, exactly. So 4th and 5th of February next year, make sure you are there. And if you can't physically be there, tune in to the live stream because we're going to make sure that all of you guys will be able to catch the action and to see who's going to be crowned the champion for the entire region, Southeast Asia. I'm really excited, but it's still, it's next year. It's still like what, 2 months away. So we do kind of have to wait, but it's okay because we've got some amazing games coming up in just a second. And the other sponsor we do need to give a quick mention to, thank you to Monster Energy and Kachi Shop because again, these are two other amazing companies that were able to team up with Snapdragon to make this tournament happen. Now, it looks like the players are about ready to go. It looks like we're going to jump into the game in just a second. We are back onto Purgatory here. It's teams in groups A and C. I want to see what's going to happen. Is it going to be the kings of the tournament going back into first place, or are we going to see the underdogs steal those points away, deny EVOS Phoenix first place, and be able to make their own climb? Here we go. The plane is there. How many hot drops are we looking at? We're looking at one already. King of Gamers going to be dropping in with, I can't see who that other team is.
EVOS.
It's right under them. I can't see.
I mean, it looks pink, so it could be...
It could be anybody, but we'll have to take a look at everyone else. So Heavy will get the high tier loot zone. We have First Raiders going up against V Gaming, and I think that's going to be it for hot drops. I still can't see who that is.
Is it Farang?
King of Gamers. It looks like
it
could
be
Farang. Is it Farang or?
Yeah, it's Farang Jambal there. That's the name of Farang Jambal. I know for a fact.
There we go. Oh, they're on the screen here.
There you go. We got seeing Farang's also. Sorry, this is actually.
This is First Raiders.
First Raiders meeting off with the V Gaming. Shots coming through. Unfortunately, Carl has already been taken out. Jogger, on the other hand, able to retrade the favor, but no! Unfortunately, last man to die, and the V Gaming denies it and able to clear out the whole entire squad.
Yep, they're going to take all the loot as well. So that's already our first team gone on Purgatory. And interestingly enough, the game's just started and we already lost 9 players.
Oh my God.
Lots of casualties all across the map, and we do see Sam 13 going to be going down. King of Gamers got 5 kills.
No, because they were fighting with the Farang. Jambal was left alone.
They were also fighting with EVOS.
Oh my God, why are they a little bit too scared? In my opinion, this is a little bit
This was EVOS Divine as well, for anyone that's a little bit confused. We've got 2 EVOSes. So EVOS Divine is going to be with the blue background, and EVOS Phoenix with the black background, just in case anyone gets confused.
I am always confused anyway.
Uh-oh, Jambal.
It seems that Jambal has moved away from
No, he's in Ski Lodge. He's going to run into V Gaming. Oh gosh, I don't know if we're gonna see it, but he's right there. I'm so scared. Oh no, Jambal. You have one job, and it's to survive.
Yeah, definitely. There's a saying for
King of Gamers are coming. They might ruin the party here for V Gaming.
Oh.
Do they know?
I think they know.
There's the drive-by. Do they see them? They're going for Jambal instead.
Oh, wait, they're going for the Jambal. Jambal is going to go for the defense. He takes one. Nicely done. A great defense-wise. But on the other hand, he's left alone. And it seems that one more player from Kings of Gamers shuts him down. And that will be the end for FARANG team. But on the other hand, they are in the same compound with the V Gaming. And should be known by the V Gamings. And they should have actually taken this opportunity to fight it off. And JLX now trying to run away. They're coming in for his head already. We got Bun close to each other. Shots coming through right now. It is going to be enough for the side of JLX. He's already hiding behind that banner. But on the other hand, VGM should just go in for the rush, man. I mean, like 1 person versus 3 players. It's already...
There's 2 players on the side of King of Gamers that's on top of Ski Lodge. But I think they've abandoned. I think this was a bit of a... Well, then again, I say it's a mistake. I think King of Gamers just wasn't expecting V Gaming to be down here to begin with, because I think if those 2 players spotted V Gaming hiding behind those crates, that fight would have been completely different. I think they would have left Gembal. They would have tried to take out these V Gaming players instead, and maybe we could have seen more players on the side of King of Gamers rushing down Ski Lodge. Maybe they could have picked up Gembal instead, but slight misplay. I mean, they can always buy them back anyway, right? Just find a vending machine. It's okay, but yeah,
that's the thing. That's the one thing that we need to take note. When it comes to going in for a rush, you got to make sure to scout the area first. Be prepared for what is happening. You're too confident enough to thinking that Farang only left with one more play. Let's go for the rush. But turns out in the same composition, there's another team there. And that's what is making a huge mistake coming in from the Kings of Gamers. On the other hand, right here, we got the Aces Esports. They have been struggling tonight as well. And we have been rooting for them. And despite their pulling out a lot of their gestures to make sure to be on the top, but still it's not enough. And the display of that first game, the way that the team of EVOS just sniping as well as taking one player as they try to get into the zone, that was not a good sight to see. And hopefully Aces Esports will find a way to redeem themselves for this last 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think the most important thing, especially for the teams that are further down the leaderboard, is to maybe focus more on trying to safely get into the 4th circle, the 5th circle if you can, right? Because if you're struggling to get points to begin with, sometimes you do need to just fall back to those placement points. Because ultimately, if you think about it, if you can guarantee a safe way into the 4th, 5th circle, kills are going to happen. The circle gets so small, you're going to have to fight somebody anyway. So it's sort of like a thing that happens. If you can guarantee that safety, then you will eventually get the kills anyway. But so far, the game has really slowed down after those first couple kills. So King of Gamers just going to be running around with 3 players. And I think they might be going for that buyback there as they are right next to the vending machine. So Sam9 going to be sitting on the island here on Central. They still have all of their players alive. And then on the western side of the map, we did see one of the other teams. But I don't think anyone's really seen anything. So yeah, it's Axis. So Axis on the western side there. And then we have Sam9 on the island. But pretty quiet. Like it doesn't seem like any of the teams are going to run into each other. It's just a very even spread.
Yep, scattered around for all the teams, but
okay. Interesting circle. So right onto Brasilia. There's still a chance that we could be ending at the water, but it looks like it could be more or less a grounded circle. So we'll have to see where these teams are going to sort of come in here. It's a disadvantage for both teams that are on the islands, right? Because Sam9 has to cross the river, and then you also have Axis who also need to cross the river. Now, if MDH catch wind of these teams trying to cross the rivers, this is when you're going to be the most exposed because you can't really defend yourself when you're crossing the river.
Definitely.
You either got to take the bridge, which normally teams will watch out for. Otherwise, you're going to cross the water, which if someone sees you in the water, they just go duck hunting.
And that's the thing. When Sam9 knows that the circle is going to close in, they need to cross the river. But here's the thing. Heavy is already waiting right there. They're going to gatekeep the zone. If they spotted out Sam9's rotation already, they might be able to top it off. But on the other hand, VGM is also right behind Heavy. So if they hear any commotion, they might come in for the third party. But thank God Sam9 finally I don't know whether they spotted out the Heavy. They move into the left side. They didn't actually clashes between the team of Heavy as well as VGM. But on that note right here, we see that VGM is already positioning themselves their own territory right on the high ground. Heavy right at the bottom. Can they spot out Heavy? Can they actually shoot it out? Okay, missed shot there. It's not really good because it can be heard from the other opponent's team and it's going to expose your own location. So Heavy, I'm not sure what you're trying to do here, but you got to hold your ground, man, because VGM is just right behind you.
Yeah. Oh, EVOS Fiend is going to run right into SES ALFAINK. Now, these are going to be 2 juggernaut of teams fighting against one another. Now, Get High is going to take his bike further away. Are they just going to dodge this fight? It looks like it, although we did get a drop. So SES Jojo is actually the one that gets knocked over. They're going to go for the raid kill! Ray gets shut down by Moshi. Moshi was like, hey, I'm just going to run you over with my bike. I don't need no guns. And that's going to be Gudai going down. SES, they just got... What happened? They got got turned into pancakes and sent to Waffle House. Oh my goodness.
Amazing job, by the way, by EVOS Phoenix. That was really aggression straight to SES ALFAINK. They didn't even realize what was happening. They were just, okay, what was happening? Somebody just hit someone and suddenly they go in for the rush. On the other hand, here's the thing. King of Gamers fighting off with the VGM. Spotted out one player. Shots are coming through, trying to hide behind the trees. Is it going to be enough? Now, Oscar repositioned himself to the other side, trying to find the right statistic. But Kevin, on the other hand, right behind them at the outside zone. Now, Oscar got to hide himself just a little bit longer as the grenade throws out from the VGM. They're going to be gatekeep right here. But on the other hand, JLX trying to shoot as much as possible to make sure that there's going to be an opening for them.
They can't break through this defense though, and as they take this damage from the blue zone, they're going to go through quite a few med kits if they're going to actually fight in here. So something's got to give. They've got to get a knock. They have to get a grenade pop. They need something to break that defense. So we'll have to see if that's going to happen there for King of Gamers, because if you think about it, look who's on top of V Gaming. It's NIGMA Galaxy. Now we know this is a team that will go for kills if they can hear the gunshots, and that might just be happening as this team rotates down, but players are going down. King of Gamers, it looks like they were able to get some of these knocks, but NIGMA Galaxy, they're slowly coming into the fray. King of Gamers, they've got a vehicle, they're going to drive in. Axis in the meantime, they've got only one player left. Exac, he's going to be the last person alive. He has to survive. He has to find a vending machine, because while that's all happening, Sem9, they've actually run into a different fight, so it seems like Exac will easily slip on out of here. It's going to be heavy engaging into Sem9.
Nicely done. I gotta say, Axis Zach should be thankful to the side of Heavy for coming in to fight with the team of Sem9. But coming back to the King of Gamers at this moment, they were the one who was fighting with the VGM. Still trying to gatekeep the zone. Unfortunately, the team of VGM has already been shutted out. Only one more player who was able to go away, to slip into the zone. One player. We got Boyte right inside the zone already. But a great massive fight coming in from the King of Gamers. Now moving in to MDH Esports, who's already spotted out EVOS.
Okay, so this is a pretty sticky situation for MDH, because they're technically pincered in between two teams. Now they are shooting at EVOS Divine, but look who's under them. It's EVOS Phoenix. This is another team that you do not want to mess with. Now they are giving their position away with a couple of these shots, but so far EVOS are not moving. So it seems like they are going to focus on defending. But in the meantime, we saw NIGMA Galaxy able to eliminate some of these players on the side of EVOS Divine. Dew goes down from EVOS, so there is a fight happening towards the northern side. Sem9 biding their time in the bottom, but Heavy going to be trying to jump in there with Minnow. But Sem9 constantly shooting back and forth. VGM, though, sitting with one player inside that circle, but King of Gamers right next to him as well. Axis also with one last player alive. There's so many teams, but so far, the center of the circle is going to be dead center of Brasilia. And with 9 teams alive, we're going to start seeing some bodies hit the ground real soon. Minnow! Shut down by Kevin! Yes, we saw Kevin earlier today doing a lot of work, and this time going to be maybe shutting out some of these dreams for Heavy. Getting those crucial sniping shots on the roof. Oh my gosh, Kevin, give this guy a promotion. And this is crazy because King of Gamers, last team on the leaderboard, 10 kills.
Yep,
What is happening?
I gotta say, tonight is the redemption night. Everybody from the bottom is just rising it, like Drake's song say, coming from
Phoenix
the bottom,
are
now we're
moving
here.
in.
But on the other hand, right here, we got the EVOS Phoenix taking down a King of Gamers, and they're coming in to fight with the next team right in front of them. MDH has been holding their grounds. They haven't actually go in for the engagement. They have been holding their own positioning. And EVOS Phoenix, on the other hand, they're gonna maintain one player right in front, or should I say right at behind, to make sure that there's no any kind of clear wiped out the moment they go in for the rush. Now they're maintaining.
V Gaming are out. Yep, V Gaming are out on the other side. Now, I think Sem9, they've got 2 players alive. One of them is on the west side, one of them is on the southern side. So they have split up, and it's Ashura on the side of Sem9. But did they get spotted? I don't think they did. They're still hiding, but they're right next to this really juggernaut of a team. King of Gamers, what is happening? 13 kills! 6 of them in Kevin's pocket. What is this game?
Oh my lord! They wiped out Heavy as well. Now 7 more teams to go. King of Gamers is just on crazy mode right now, getting those kill points. On the other hand, the zone is closing in. We got NIGMA Galaxy is already safely inside the center of the zone. On the other hand, the rest of the teams needs to fight off. Going back to the EVOS Phoenix, we still see the fight continues with the MDH Esports.
Axis are out too, so we're now down to our final 5 teams. King of Gamers currently our kill leaders. Is this going to be the chance for this team to pick up their first booyah? Now, NIGMA Galaxy, they are right on top of King of Gamers. They could be the ones to gatekeep them, but both EVOS teams are coming into this circle as well. Our final 4 teams. A drone is going to be sent in so that everyone's going to be spotted out here. King of Gamers out in the open. Now, what's happening with NIGMA? Are they jumping onto EVOS here? I don't think this is the entire roster for NIGMA as well. King of Gamers, they're getting a drop there onto one of the big players. It's Moshi down on the side of EVOS Phoenix. They have no cover. They've had to come in on a motorbike, and now King of Gamers possibly going to be taking out the kings of the leaderboard.
Oh my lord, Kevin is on the killing spree at the moment right now with EVOS Phoenix coming into their territory. On the other hand, we can see that EVOS Divine holding their ground right on the edges of the zone, making sure that they are not being spotted out. NIGMA Galaxy is just right on the left side, you know. They could just go in for the rush, but they didn't spot it out, the team of EVOS Divine. They're still maintaining, trying to actually contest or actually just focusing on those who are right in front of them.
They've got no way to get in. Are they going to really go through the window?
They're going in.
Are they going in? They're thinking about EVOS Phoenix though. They're crouching on the other side of the map. But no, one of the players for King of Gamers gone down because of NIGMA Galaxy. Big shots though. King of Gamers, 18 kills, 3 players left. They've got to be careful.
Kevin!
He has no blue walls. Osaka goes down. Kevin is down. That's going to be it. King of Gamers, they won't get the booyah, but now it means it's going to be both EVOS teams and NIGMA Galaxy now in the open. EVOS Phoenix shooting on the other side of the field. They're not being targeted. It's Divine versus NIGMA. We're down to the final player. NIGMA Galaxy are out. Now it's going to be both sister teams going up against each other. The Indonesian squad up against the Thai squad. It's 2 versus 4. Who is going to win? Indonesia, Thailand. It looks like Indonesia might take it. And they do. EVOS Divine. They win the round. Oh my goodness. What a round.
Wow. Taking down their own brother team from that bottom of that positioning they did, and now they're rising to the top, making sure that the kings of Free Fire knows that they still have the fire in their soul. Nicely done by EVOS Divine.
Oh my goodness, that was a crazy final circle. So we had EVOS Phoenix on the other side of the field crouching because there was no compounds, no trees, no rocks, no buildings. They had to survive on the terrain. Then you had NIGMA Galaxy that was probably in the only compound available. And I think EVOS Divine got super lucky because the side that they were hiding on, no windows, no doorways. They basically just had to stay there. They were like, guys, we don't need to go into this building. It's too risky. Let's just stay on this side. If they want to come out and fight us, so be it. They can come to us. So amazing patience.
Yes.
They could have gone in trigger happy, but I am so glad that they didn't.
Yep. Definitely, and it's actually quite surprising to see from NIGMA Galaxy because we were expecting they were going to continue on with the same gameplay they did for the first and second round, but here on out it seems that they're a little bit defensive. And going back to the highlight right here, this is where it was so funny. As ALFAINK, they didn't expect that EVOS Phoenix was going to go and crash straight to them and shutting them down straight at that round and moving towards to the side where NIGMA Galaxy, here's the thing, they didn't need to do anything. They just wanted to push in, holding on at their positioning, and once they move out, they met with the King of Gamers. They able to wipe out Kings of Gamers, but they didn't realize that Divine was right in front of them, right on the right side of themselves, and they were just waiting for the right time to fight it off. And Phoenix was just giving some of the pressure from the long range and
18 kills.
Oh my lord.
Oh gosh, 18 kills.
King of Gamers just showing off their kings and crowns for this round number 5.
What happened? Like, did they just decide, all right, guys, we played handicapped until now. We were playing with just our index fingers. Let's play with our whole hands, you know? Like, 18 kills. This team woke up. Kevin put in the work. It's like someone decided to give him dinner right before the game started, and this man was at 20-20. 110%. Popping heads, picking up kills. Look, if this is what King of Gamers can be, why did it take this long for them to actually wake up?
Agree. Definitely. I mean, like, it's day number 4, and it's only now we see that they are popping off very well inside the rounds, and it's a little bit slow because they are at the bottom and they need to catch up a lot of points. But still, we need to give credit where it's due. Where with damage 8,730 with 9 headshots. I gotta say, King of Gamers, if they keep this up, this could be a good game for them, and it could push them as well at the leaderboard. But on the other hand, we saw how they were not doing so well for the past few days. So what actually ticked them off?
You know what? I don't care about what happened in the past. If this is what we're going to be seeing for the rest of the tournament, count me in. I want front seat tickets to seeing King of Gamers rise up from being the last team on the leaderboard to possibly making it the top 6. I think it would be an incredible storyline, but we are going to have to wait and see, right? Was this a one-round wonder? We are going to go for a quick break as the teams get ready for the last game of the day. So sit tight. We'll see you all in 5 minutes as we prepare for our final game of the evening.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by
Oh my gosh.
Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy,
Why did they take so long?
and Kachi
Yeah.
Saya FIG Spade dari pasukan Farang. Role saya dalam team IGL and Sniper. Kita orang punya nak expect dapat top 3 tu taklah tinggi sangat sebab team dah kurang training kan. Tapi alhamdulillah lah masih still dapat bersaing dengan team-team kuat lain macam AV, Expand, Geek, walaupun point dekat-dekat. Kita orang try lah dalam FT untuk cuba meta-meta baru. Macam Russia jadi tukar skill character dia, pakai weapon yang jenis ikut meta lah, tak pakai ikut suka. So masing-masing dapat belajar meta kat situ. Training setiap malam and target dapat top 3 untuk tournament ni biar dapat bersaing balik dengan juara dunia kan, siapa tak nak. So kita orang try hard lah sebab dah terlepas nak pergi World Series. So try hard main kat sini dan alhamdulillah dapat top 2. Kelebihan kita orang dalam tournament kali ni mungkin kita orang suka bangga point yang dekat-dekat. Contoh macam AV kan dia kuat, tapi kita orang dapat lawan dia orang awal game sebab tahu dia akan turun blue zone. So tu menyebabkan dia orang ketundang kot. Tu salah satu saingan yang kuat dan dia orang tak lepas. Pada pendapat saya, team Expand lah terutamanya. Dia orang punya mekanik, dia orang punya communication, rotation, team fight semua dia orang perfect dah. Dia orang ada sniper yang padu, dia orang ada rusher yang sedap. So senang lah dia orang nak bersaing dalam tournament kali ni. Team yang patut kita orang waspadai mungkin EVOS Thailand lah, masih EVOS Thailand. Sebab dia orang champion World Series yang pertama dulu, lepas tu dia orang dapat top 2 dekat World Series yang dekat Singapura. So mungkin dia orang masih kuat lah, dapat pergi ke sini, pergi World Series sekali lagi kan. 3 kali World Series mungkin tu menunjukkan kekuatan team dia orang lah. Mungkin kita akan try benda baru. Jadi macam maybe pergi ke Blue Zone mungkin, sebab tempat kita orang pun banyak yang melanggar, ataupun mungkin kita orang tetap berlawan dengan yang langgar tempat kita orang. Untuk tim-tim yang main season ni, good luck dan do the best. Dan jangan lupa kita akan bantai korang nanti.
They don't want it with me. You got a problem with me? Love, you don't want it with me. Man, you won't ever stop me. Who y'all really got a problem with? Who y'all really trying to solve it with? Who don't really like the sound of this? Who come with me getting down to this? You better step back, get your neck cracked, get laid down where you best step. Better check that with a fresh map, get lost now with no extract. Like look, that's all me. Got my number, don't call me. We eating up, that's all beef. You freezing up, that's y'all's team. Cause we really lose no more. All about heating up, leaving that cold. You can see me heating up, killing that show. I ain't about giving up, no. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. where your homies at. Come my team with me right now. My team so mean right now. But what you mean y'all out? It's time to weed y'all out. Okay, we coming back with a vengeance. Time to go start your engines. What is this thing y'all mention? Time for y'all stop pretending, Nah, y'all can't do that. Where your crew at? Y'all can't do that. Nah, where your crew at? Nah, man, cause now you alone. Yeah, get out of my zone. Man, cause now you alone. Love, get out of my zone. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Love, you gotta pride with me. Love, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you're never gonna stop me. Nah, cause they don't want it with me. Love, you gotta pride with me. Love, cause y'all don't want it with me. If you start a fire with me, then you're never gonna stop me.
Watch me go! Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be jumping into our final game of the day, and I feel like that song was probably the perfect way to end the day as well, right? The teams, we've got to watch them go to pick up those points and to solidify their position on that leaderboard. Now, for anyone that's a little bit confused on what's really happening, right? So we always talk about top 6 because top 6 is what these teams are aiming for. The first teams to get top 6 within the first 6 days of the tournament automatically qualify for Jakarta. Now, it doesn't mean the teams in 7th to 18th have no chance. They are still going to play because the top 6 teams from those 12 teams will also be able to qualify, but we will have to look at that after the first 6 days because we're still waiting for the result of these 18 teams. Now, Bunny, walk us through what's happening with this leaderboard because a lot is going on.
Oh my lord. And we were talking about previously during the break about EARENA and EVOS Phoenix is just right on tailgating each other at the moment right now. I mean, like only like 9 points.
9 points separating these two teams.
Yeah, if EVOS Phoenix keeps this up for the last round, they might be able to turn the things around again and get back that first placement point for themselves. And EARENA, they got to do something better for tomorrow night. But on the other hand, for the teams that was actually, I was impressed on the side of Divine. Here's the thing, they were not doing so well for the 3 days, but tonight from that from the right side of the page, now they're going into the 8th place with 143 points. MDH is right on that track. Sam9, unfortunately, from that top 5, now they're pushing back to the 6th place. And they got to do something right now, because if not, they might be easily tailgated by the MDH Esports, which got their first booyah tonight.
Yeah, they did get their first booyah. Oh my gosh, it's insane. I mean, can you imagine a team that went from 18 is now suddenly in 13th place? It just goes to show what one good round can do. But it's really the top 6 race that we're watching for at this point. So I'm really keen to see if it's just going to be the same old where EVOS Phoenix go back into first place, or if we could see some of these other teams slowly start to take over the competition. Now, before we jump into our last game of the day, we do need to give a big shout out to our amazing sponsors for helping to put this tournament together. So firstly, thank you to Monster Energy for helping us to unleash the beast, to cast these games, for the players to put on an amazing show for not just us, but also for you, our amazing viewers that are also tuning in to this broadcast. I think it's just been such an exciting day. We've had some amazing games, really unpredictable outcomes as well. It's not just the same teams getting the booyah. We've had some really crazy stuff happen so far.
Definitely, and I gotta say that there's a possibility maybe Kings of Gamers was actually drinking the Monster Energy, because who would thought they would be able to push themselves from that bottom 18 and now they're rising right at that top 9. And I gotta say, not just top 9, sorry, top 12 if not mistaken, and they able to get the first booyah for themselves as well. So
insane.
Monster Energy, thank you again. I'm definitely notified that with the great energy drink, it will definitely boost your gameplay.
It works. King of Gamers is like living proof of like what happens if you drink a Monster Energy. Unleash your beast. That's what this slogan is, right? Unleash the beast. Sometimes you have to let your primal instinct take over when it comes to these games. You know, don't be too soft. Sometimes you got to step on a couple people to be able to climb that ladder. But I think this is going to be a true test of time for these players, right? It's pretty late in the evening. Like, what time is it? It's 10:30 at night in Malaysia. Of course, we've got the teams coming in from Vietnam and Thailand. I don't quite know what the time zone is, if it's 1 hour earlier or later. I think they're an hour behind.
Agree. Yep.
So it's not so late for them, but the Malaysian and Filipino teams, it's getting pretty late.
Yeah.
So it's a true test of stamina for the teams. I mean, I can't even guess what's going to happen.
Yes, definitely. You can see the energy is going to be depleting after time, especially knowing for a fact that the Team C, they haven't had their breaks, you know, like compared to the A, they had their breaks already during the time of that round number 3 and number 4. But moving into our last round of the night.
3 teams? Really? You are that brave to go into the high tier loot. Okay, ma'am, sir, whoever you are. King of Gamers, Heavy and FARANG are going to be showing the high tier loot zone. We're going to have to see who will successfully be able to take over the zone. Heavy though, suffering 2 casualties. They won't be able to pick up one of them. They've lost Buffalo. Oh no, Fudai's gone down as well. So they're now down to their final player. It's Tom XT. He needs to get out of there and pick up his teammates. And luckily for him, FARANG are not on his tail. They're going to let him go. But look who else is in the high tier loot zone. Oh no, he's been spotted. They won't take him down. I think he's just been able to get out of there. So FARANG now going to have to deal with a brand new team.
Oh my lord. I mean, it was so close for Heavy to be taken out, but now FARANG is already switching their positioning to the side of King of Gamers. And
First Raiders are coming in as well.
First Raiders as well joining in. The party is already hot inside this area. But moving towards the side of King of Gamers, we got here Heavy right in front of them. GLX able to get one of the players from FARANG been spotted out. He goes in for the rush. Can he make it done? He goes for the backstab. He takes down one. Nicely done. That's a great positioning coming in from King of Gamers.
Beautiful. King of Gamers. These guys are so brave. And Heavy do go down, unfortunately. SES going to be eliminating Tom from the competition. So 2 teams already out of the picture here on Alpine. And the fight continues, Bunny. It's still going on. We've got this last player left here on the side of First Raiders. And I think they've now regret their decision to try and stick their nose into business that kind of doesn't belong. And it looks like they're going to lose, maybe? No? They're still going. King of Gamers still going strong. They want to keep fighting. They don't want to give this away.
All right, they're going in for the chase. They spotted out the FARANG. And on the other hand, we are seeing the First Raider was able to back off. But King of Gamers, Kevin, spotted out one player, shooting out to him.
Kevin.
He's having out. He's handling the defense. But no, he's stuck. He's stuck in the crate. Oh my lord.
Well, they will be able to take out Darkle on the side of First Raiders, so no more sticky business on the side of that player. Kevin, unfortunately, will be going down, and another player on the side of King of Gamers is going to go down, this time to MDH.
What?
Where did this team suddenly come from? So now we're looking at a 2v2 in the high tier loot zone. King of Gamers are actually going to be bailing from this fight. Yes, I see one of the players leaving the high tier loot zone, but too bad. On the side of FARANG is going to stick around. And it looks like they want to maybe try and go for the revival pad, but maybe they're waiting to see if King of Gamers wants to take it first. It would be pretty surprising if they could actually pop someone's head while they're trying to go for the revive.
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. FARANG spotted out. King of Gamers right on the hill. But too bad, will not shoot yet.
Nah,
Just
they're leaving.
Oh, King of Gamers is leaving.
I think that's a safer play.
Yeah, definitely. Because the fact is, it's already overcrowded with a lot of teams. But here's the thing. They leave, they will be entering another territory. They spotted, there's going to be another team who's actually around the area as well, which is the EVOS team. And I'm not sure if this is going to be looking so good. If you knock on another door, it could be going out from the mouth of the lion, going into the alligator mouth.
Yeah, so I don't think you want to go in either of these mouths, right? Like, you can't just go free. We'll have to see. Maybe they can slip through quietly. But luckily for King of Gamers, though, it looked like they got the revive on Kevin. So Kevin sort of flew away. He's going to pick up his own loot, and hopefully he will be able to maybe bring that team back into the fold. But here we go very quickly. Just going to take a look at some of the other teams here. EVOS Divine looking pretty good themselves. 4 kills under their belt. Very happy, very comfortable. No teams nearby, so they're more or less free to loot up until that next circle sort of comes in. So I mean, both EVOS teams are looking really good today. Really on point.
Yep, definitely. And on the other hand, as the zone is closing in, we can see most of the teams are scattered. They might not see each other just yet until we might see that as MDH getting closer to the side of King of Gamers, who is actually in a sandwich now. This is a positioning that King Gamers does not want to be in, as MDH is right on the right side, EVOS Divine on the left side. So not a good positioning for them.
You don't want to go into MDH. I think that's probably one of the last teams you want to run into. Although the team was not that busy, I guess, in that last round. They were a little on the quiet side, but then again, MDH didn't really pop off that last round. They did sort of play it a little bit slower, and of course, with them not having that momentum, I guess that sort of equates as to why the team didn't really go too crazy. But for now, King of Gamers is going to continue scouting, although I am wondering if MDH have spotted any of these players out yet, because they are running out in the open. It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I don't think they even realized that King of Gamers is right around the compound. It's right close to them, and they're just sticking together at the same train station. And on the other hand, King of Gamers is just looting some of the items. On the other hand, I gotta say, would you agree with me, Danny, when it comes to the last round, it seems that most of our teams that was doing so well was very dominant and going in for the aggression. This last round, they want to maintain a great placement point. That's why they're more defensive.
I think everyone just wants to try and end the day with as many points as they can. And then sometimes when you feel like that, you feel pressured to play safe, right? Because if you play aggressive, there's a small chance that you just get blown up, right? Because you possibly reveal your position to a team that could be passing by. There could be a team close enough to vulture. There's a lot of stuff that can happen if you do run into another team and fight. But for now, we're going to be seeing, I believe this is EVOS Phoenix going right into EVOS Divine. So it could be seeing the two sister teams having to actually fight for their tournament life now.
I mean, I know that they are a little bit disappointed of their own performance when they were fighting with their own brother, and they want to reclaim their own title. I know, because I know we were already at the top. What did you do, Divine? Yeah, but on the other hand, right here,
Moshi? Is Moshi going to walk right into Divine? Oh, this is so scary. Because there are some very important players on these two teams, right? We know Moshi is one of the heavy hitters on the side of EVOS Phoenix. So if he goes down first, that could be a pretty big advantage for EVOS Divine. But I'm pretty sure both of these teams, they do hear each other, which is probably why that they're not trying to fight into each other. Oh, look at Phoenix. Phoenix are pushing into Divine. Oh, okay. So I guess they're ready to fight. They're just trying to see if they can find anybody.
Yep, they're going to scout the area. They're going to find the right positioning, and that's the good idea.
Oh,
you have to find a position. They found it. Ooh. They found it and got crushed straight away, tried to shoot them down. But
can't get the angle.
They didn't get it yet. All right,
so
but
lucky.
the information has already been taken out. And on the other hand, EVOS Divine saying, no, we're not going to fight. We're going to back off. But will Phoenix actually respond with saying, leaving you behind or let them off? Or will they actually fight off? And on the other hand, Divine also saying, please, if you want to fight off, at least don't chase us out.
Oh, we got another team coming, Bunny.
Oh, no.
Did you see on the map, we saw a new challenger has entered the field. We have to see if they actually do anything. But looks like FARANG actually getting shot down by NIGMA Galaxy. Uh-oh, this could be really bad because you know NIGMA Galaxy, they love rushing into these fights, and that's the second player down on the side of FARANG. This team is slowly dropping like flies. They're going to try and fly out of there. Are they going to get picked up? No! They will be able to at least have one player survive. Spade is going to get out of there. Too bad in the opposite direction. They say, guys, split up, because if one of us is able to get out, we can bring the other players back in. So both players are currently alive. Spade is going to hide behind this crate. Now, this is so risky because there's a good chance he could get spotted. But look behind him.
No.
SES are there. NIGMA Galaxy are going to actually get really close to SES, and they're going to engage into the Indonesian team. This might be an opening for Spade to maybe get a couple kills on his own, right? Because if a team is busy, they're not going to expect you.
Yeah, definitely. And we can see that the separation is very vast between both of the players from
in the middle of the fight.
He doesn't know what to do, man. Like, I don't want to be. But no, he's spotted out. He's been spotted out by Staff. Unfortunately, Spade cannot hold that ground any more longer, and he will be taken out. But don't worry, there's one more play, and that's what FARANG was doing. Trying to separate, making sure that they will not be taken down too easily. At least they have one more player to go. But on the other hand, NIGMA Galaxy. Okay, I'm gonna reiterate my statement just now. I thought that most of the teams who were very aggressive during the early rounds are going to play passive, but NIGMA Galaxy has proven us that last round they're going to go all out as well. Moving towards to the first riders right here, meeting off with the Sam 9, going to throw a little bit of the grenade, but they're not fighting just yet. Meeting off, gonna go on for the defend first, but on the other hand, right here, Oza spotted out two players from the Sam 9. Can they get it done? First riders still maintaining their positioning. They're not going to go in for the rush, but Sam 9 comes out. Already two players still maintained. Now Darkles also going to corner them out. Nicely done. I like this. A lot of the maze, and this is going to be tough for the Sam 9.
It's 2 versus 3 though. I mean, you got the numbers advantage here for Sam 9, but if they get the correct knock, this could be a really big factor as to whether or not First Raiders survive, but I don't think so. Sam 9 still with 3 players as on the side of First Raiders. Only one will be able to survive, but look at this. Look who's come in to join the fray. It's V Gaming. They're here to ruin the party. Now, if they can catch some of these players on Sam 9, this could be a huge pain because there's no way that they can get the revives off. They're being gate-kept as well. Uh-oh, First Raiders, they're still there. I think they've been spotted. Uh-oh, I think that's it. First Raiders out, 10th place.
And with the help of VG Gaming as well. I mean, like, Siam 9 was just, was already in the lead. I mean, I was expecting they would be able to clear that out, but V Gaming just deny it all.
Look at Sam 9, like, they full on Delta split. They're like, guys, let's split up, okay? Because if we're split up, maybe they catch one of us, but as long as one, again, as long as one survives, it's okay. King of Gamers, though, are going to be eliminated.
Raja has already been spotted out. I think that will be taken out. Yep, definitely. Ban shuts him down. On the other hand, MDH is already fighting off with the EVOS.
Oh, this is not a team you want to run into at all, but they are going to be healing up though. So MDH, they're going to stick around to try and fight this through. It all comes down to Mr. 05. Can he get that lethal shot in? But MDH, they've got a vehicle. They're going to get out of there. SES, in the meantime, they're still in a rather safe area, going to be preventing EVOS Divine from moving further in that tournament. So that's going to be it for EVOS Divine. SES going to be the representative for Indonesia to potentially get this booyah here. Oh, Nero out of the picture. SES in such a good position.
Definitely. That's great idea for them and making sure that they'll be able to gatekeep. Now, zone is closing in as we can see that SES ALFAINK already spotted out one more player from the MDH. Will be shut down straight away. Once they spot it out, okay, there you are. We can see that it's already been taken down. We can see Bara gonna wipe them out straight away. MDH eliminated. 6 more teams to go. FARANG, on the other hand, is gonna hold their own positioning right here. And they're coming in for fight with the EVOS. Too bad. Come on, too bad. Oh, he clutched out. He freaking clutched out. Amazingly clutching out. But one more player coming through. No! That will be the end for FARANG as well.
That was amazing. He did like a 360 no-scope for those 2 dunks. I mean, it was cool. He almost got it. But SES going to be able to come in and recover. Now look at this next circle. It's in favor of Sam 9. Is there only 1 player left on the side of Sam 9? Whereas up top, you've got SES. Down bottom, you've got V Gaming. We've got 4 teams left. Who is the other team? Is it NIGMA Galaxy? They're not on the screen.
Yep, it is.
Oh, jeez.
NIGMA Galaxy just came into the picture, into the circle. But on the other hand, we're still focusing on the V Gaming. Gaming as well. And oh, now they spotted out NIGMA Galaxy as they actually fling themselves into the zone. On the other hand, on the left side, we are seeing V Gaming still trying to shoot out to the side of
Wait
SES
a minute.
ALFAINK. Okay.
Buddy, I think that Sem9 player is on top of the windmill.
Wait, what?
I think he's on top of the windmill. He's not revealing his position. He's saying, I'm going to let the teams get rid of each other, and then I'm going to come down. Maybe he can get the knockouts. I think it will be pretty difficult, but it's going to come down to who's the last team surviving, because he's dead center.
Oh my lord. I mean, great positioning by the way, but on the other hand, the rest of the teams are preoccupied trying to shoot with each other. Now we got NIGMA Galaxy is already focusing to the SES.
It's 13
ALFAINK.
players.
Oh my god.
There's 4, 4, 4, and 1. Everyone's still alive.
My god, this is crazy.
Look, SES right under that windmill. Yep, that's going to be it. Sem9 is on top of that windmill, so we'll have to see what happens here. Now, NIGMA Galaxy, they're trying to go for the flush here onto SES. Now, because they have the windmill, big advantage. They've got a big defensive area, but grenades are going to be perfect for this. And it connects, and they do get the beautiful grenade. SES out of the picture. NIGMA, 7 kills under their belt. They've got a couple more grenades to go. But V Gaming, they're running out of time. The circle's going to start moving in. And Sem9, they don't need to move. They're still in the center. Just play the passive game. NIGMA Galaxy, can they shut down V Gaming?
All right, stop coming in to wipe out the rest of the teams now, going in for the rush. Still trying to figure out the rest of the team for the VGM. Coming in, one more play to go. Vanta trying to survive, but no! NIGMA Galaxy denies it now. 2 teams, we got Zen.
He's just gonna emo. They know he's up there too. They're just like, okay, we've checked everywhere. He has to be on top of them when they're shooting on top of them.
Look at that. Even stop as well. The rest of the NIGMA Galaxy just say, come down. Come down.
Okay, wait, can we take a look at Zen? Like, does he have any health kits? I mean, there's so many on stop, so if it's a case of like
Oh
who
no,
heals...
they're throwing a lot of grenades on the top and giving a lot of pressure though.
It's over for Zen. He's going to go down to the blue zone.
Oh.
That's it. He goes down to the blue zone. Sometimes that windmill is going to win you games.
If the zone decided to be on the windmill side, but not today. As NIGMA Galaxy gets another booyah for tonight. Nicely done. This really boosts them up from that top 3, and I'm knowing for a fact that some of the teams also did a great job for this last round. So what I'm interested to see is EARENA still maintained at the top.
Good question. Because the gap between EARENA and EVOS Phoenix was 9 points.
Yes.
I think EVOS Phoenix get it. I think they got enough kills and placement points to get over 9 points.
Agree, definitely. And because they were also right at the area of this last zone. So
yeah.
And most of the engagement also coming from them. And looking from the side of the highlights here, we can go back to where NIGMA Galaxy, this is it. I was super excited to see NIGMA Galaxy back again in a little bit aggression to go in for the rush. And especially for the fact that everybody was at the same hot drop spot.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. Everybody was just killing. FARANG was just trying to get to Heavy. Heavy backs away, but unfortunately, the
360 no scopes.
That was just crazy.
I mean, this final fight for me was crazy. The fact that Sem9 just sit on top of the windmill. You know, don't pay attention to me. Go kill each other. I'll just get the 9 points. You know, I'm happy to get them.
Just placement point for my team members, man. No problem at all. I don't need to bother about anything else. But NIGMA Galaxy, great engagement, great placement point as well. So definitely they are very proud for this last round.
Wait. Where's EVOS Phoenix?
Wait, what?
7 points. They only got 1 kill. They've actually lost first place to EARENA, and this is the first week that this has happened.
Oh, I was expecting at least the placement point was going to be enough, but turns out Phoenix was not doing well for that last round.
Wow, this one's a bit of a shocker. So now all of a sudden we have a new leaderboard leader, and I think now after seeing this, if you're EVOS Phoenix, if they weren't putting 100% into their games before, we're going to start seeing it tomorrow.
Now here's the thing. There's one team that we did not credit King of Gamers Club. What just happened this two last round?
Welcome back, guys.
Oh my lord! Despite they might not be at the top 5 or top 3, but they are at the top 6 though, with 8 points total for themselves. And I gotta say, it's doing well for themselves for tonight.
I mean, this is probably the best week for King of Gamers, or at least the best day.
Yes.
So we've only started this week. This is the first day for this week. I'm really curious to see, is it going to continue going into tomorrow? Because we also need to consider the argument for some of these teams. Is it because they prefer Purgatory and Alpine? I had this discussion with Victor and maybe Husky as well. I'm not 100% sure. But for some of the teams, the maps are very important, the map selections, because some teams are going to absolutely play better on certain maps, and then there are other maps where they're sort of like, they're either not comfortable or they're just outright bad. Some teams just hate certain maps. Now, of course, you don't get a choice if you play them or not. It's just kind of going to get as many points as possible. So it really helps if you can play every map, but it's very clear as day that some teams are just going to play certain days way better.
Agree, definitely. And I think the one main, as you said as well, saying that Purgatory and Alpine is actually one of the main as well as favorite maps. I could agree on that, because most of the players, and even if I've checked most of the choices or the games maps that have been in the statistic wise, most of the players like to play on Purgatory. So definitely because of the fact they are already accustomed to that map and they're already used to the maps, they didn't know the rotation, the right place to go in, the right place to push in once the zone closes in. And this is what we've seen from tonight. Those teams that were not doing so well at Kalahari, Bermuda, turns out Purgatory and Alpine is their best spot as best bet for them to fight off.
Yeah, I actually think out of all the maps that you can play though, I feel like Bermuda and Kalahari seem to be the best maps for the top teams, because everyone knows how to play Bermuda. It's a very small map, but it's been around for so long that everyone knows where all the best hiding spots are, where the best rotations are going to be, where you sort of want to be when you're going into that next circle. Whereas Kalahari, I don't know the statistics for this because we have to check with the players, but from what we've heard, I think Kalahari is the least favorite map for a lot of the teams. It's very difficult to play. You got the verticality and you have the unpredictability as well, because there's not many areas to actually hide in Kalahari. It's very open. And so a lot of players and teams don't actually like to play in Kalahari. They'd rather go on Purgatory. But I would love to know what they think about Alpine, because we've always asked them, like, what's your favorite map? Which map don't you like to play? We always heard about Kalahari, but we haven't heard much feedback on Alpine. So I'd love to be able to, if we could, ask the players how do they feel about the map, because it was also the newest addition to the competitive scene for Free Fire. And so far, it's not an unbalanced map. It's been pretty interesting, but especially the windmill. I think the windmill might need to be nerfed, but I don't know how.
Okay, that could work out. Maybe not giving any more ideas for the players to play it safe, just like how Sam9 did it just now.
You know, but nerf the windmill, you know, you gotta make it smaller.
Possibly.
So people can't stand on it.
No, but Zan would say, no, don't do that. I would like to emote more at the windmill for the last zone.
I know, right?
But great job again. Congratulations to NIGMA Galaxy. And right now we'll be able to see the overall standings after the 6 rounds for tonight. Let's see.
Oh gosh, I'm so excited to see this. So firstly, EARENA keeping first place on the leaderboard. So this is the first time out of all 4 play days where we have a brand new team leading the charge. EVOS Phoenix, up until this point, they were leading about like 20 to 40 points. Now, 4 points behind EARENA. Let's talk about some of the other teams as well, because everyone has played 4 games for today. So, NIGMA Galaxy third, not surprised. This team is making a climb.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like either tomorrow or Sunday, actually, sorry, tomorrow or Saturday, we might see NIGMA Galaxy make it to second or first, because they're getting very, very close. This team is playing really great. SES, probably not going to break top 3, but they will have to compete with Sam9 for 4th and 5th, because these 2 teams are very close. MTH, I'm a little bit skeptical, because they seem to play really good in A and B, but not B versus C. Right? Like that team sort of struggled in these last 2 games. So maybe it could be a map thing or maybe it's a group thing. We don't know. But Attack all around, they have fallen from top 4 to 7th place.
Who would have thought?
Ouch.
Could be that we thought that Purgatory and Alpine is best, just like how you said it. Group C is much more comfortable, but for the side of Group B, Attack all around is not really, how to say, comfortable with this 2 maps, so that's why they're struggling a little bit, but it's okay. Still, they are just only tying up with MDH with just 3 points, or sorry, 5 points ahead, so still enough points for them to catch up. Still have that chances to actually at least go back to that top 6 again. But on the other hand, EVOS, Divine looking good tonight, and I'm knowing for a fact if they keep this up consistently, they will able to get back on that top 6 as well.
Yeah, so what a crazy day. We're seeing a lot of crazy stuff happening on the leaderboard. But of course, it's just Thursday. You know, we've still got some more games tomorrow. I know you're going to be casting that one tomorrow with Victor. I know you guys are going to be amazing. But what's the schedule looking like for tomorrow, Bunny?
We're going in for Bermuda and Kalahari again for our day number 5. Now, here's the thing. We saw how Group A has been performing well at Bermuda Kalahari. So this is something that's not going to be surprising for us to see if they will be able to be consistent tomorrow. But what we want to see is that can Group C continue on what a great success they've done for this day till the end for the tomorrow, to keep going for tomorrow as well as for the Saturday.
I would love to see King of Gamers just come out of nowhere again and be like, hey guys, what is up? We're still in this tournament. And then they just all of a sudden pick up 25 kills again.
Yeah, and they will definitely reclaim themselves, saying, we are from Thailand. It's just that 3 days was not doing so good for us. And we are from Thailand. But a lot of people saying, like, are you sure you're from Thailand? The rest of Thailand was already at the top 6, you know?
Look, I think the team is definitely from Thailand because they went from 18 to 12th place in one day.
Crazy.
Big jump. But I think that's going to conclude our 4th day. Bunny, to everyone that's tuning into the broadcast, thank you so much. But also thank you to Snapdragon Elite Gaming for putting together the Snapdragon Pro Series, because if it wasn't for them, we would not have this group stage. And of course, we would not have the grand final happening in Jakarta. We do want to remind all of you, Jakarta is happening on the 4th and 5th of February next year. Make sure you mark your calendars. We're going to keep reminding you, because if we stop, there's a chance you're not going to put it on your calendar. So we want to make sure you tune in on that amazing weekend. But also want to say a big thank you to Monster Energy, because if it wasn't for them, we would not be able to unleash the beast, to cast these games, and to witness these teams just the amazing play today. Today was so good. I think out of all the games I've seen today, today has been the most surprising.
Definitely. I like the idea that some of the teams were underdogs, finally rising a little by little and going to the top.
They grew wings.
Yeah.
They were just like, yes, we are still here.
Yeah.
But let's not forget as well, our final sponsor. Thank you so much to Kachi Shop. If anyone's looking to make any top-ups in your games, make sure you check out kachishop.com, because they have your back if you want to do any crazy shenanigans. Time to dress up your character, pick up the newest fancy outfit. But Bunny, thank you so much for joining me today. It was awesome having you. And to all of our viewers, thank you for tuning in. We are going to have to say goodbye for today, but make sure you tune in tomorrow at the exact same time for day 5 of the Snapdragon Pro Series. But until then, we'll see you later, survivors.
The Snapdragon Pro Series is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Monster Energy, and Kachi Shop.
Won't stop going till a player on top know it. Rooftop, penthouse suite. If you really want it, gotta own it. Fire through it, we was at the lowest. Blood, sweat, tears, the components. Riding all year, now's the moment. We are not friends, we are opponents. Yeah, I'm coming for mine. Yeah, I'm making a play, the game on the line. Yeah, I've been on the grind. Yeah, I jump in the spot, I made it my time. Yeah, look in the sky. Yeah, the stars align, no shade to shine. Can't stop it already. Emotional, working devotion. We put in this time. Look.